Very good intro.
It really was.
Oh my word. Now y'all can hear us. Great. Great. Great.
Yeah,
All right. Well, we ain't doing it again. We here. Damn it. We're late
we
because of
here.
Erica.
Yes,
Yet again. Yet again. Recharge to my head, not my heart. The
that's
intro
true.
was
That's
fire, but y'all couldn't hear it because of technology. Oh, y'all could? It said the bars wasn't moving. Now you can hear, though. Y'all probably didn't hear the part that you were supposed to hear, but it's whatever. Hey, we is up in this thing. Your good sis, you love to talk TV with Ann.
your girl Allie Nick giving it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us for another Our Sisters Keeper while we are in between seasons of Tyler Perry Sisters. We going to keep this thing going because there's still so much conversation to be had, sparked by the Sisters universe. There's so many great episodes that Ellie and I have in store for y'all. Some really, really dope
Yeah,
conversations that we're looking forward to having. And we're going to kick that off starting with tonight as we do a retrospect and we look at all of season 8. We talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. How you feeling tonight, Ellie?
I'm feeling great. This. First of all, let me just say, everybody's in for a treat these next couple weeks until the show comes back on. The conversations that we're gonna have, I'm looking forward to it, and you guys are kind of gonna get an insight of what Erica and I talked about on a video that we did that you guys didn't get a chance to see the first half on, and so
Yeah.
it very much so give those vibes, and I'm so excited to talk about what we're going to talk about. I
Yeah.
really am. It made me feel really good because, like, even on my channel, I love doing the sister talks, the sisters talk videos more than actually talking about the episode that aired because
Yeah.
it's so much stuff like in the prior seasons that went untouched. We really didn't dive into like all the way. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this conversation tonight.
Yes, and as Ellie said, like I am also just so looking forward to. If it kind of feels like because we don't have the parameters of like, okay, well we just watch on the episode. We are open to talk about whatever like our hearts desire, and there's
Mhm.
so much because there's been 8 seasons of this show. There are so many places that you can really dive into, and specifically because this is a series about Black women's and we Black
Yes.
women's, it just
Yes.
creates really a really great foundation to jump off for various discussions. So again, y'all, I can't wait. I cannot wait for us to have these conversations. I love talking with Allie about the various themes and the things. Since Allie and I over the last, I don't even how long has it been? A year and a half now.
A year and a, I think a year and a half. Yeah.
Child, we've had some conversations. Some I wish I could have actually heard, but like I am
Facts.
excited because this is the closest that y'all probably gonna get to us sharing the real of life.
Yeah. Yes.
But
Yes.
welcome in everybody. Thank y'all so much for y'all's patience. Again, I apologize for being late. Hey, A Noel. Hey, Shy Girl J23. Hey, Freckle Purple. Thank you so much, Beauty. Hey, Shell. Thank you to all my members. Shout out to y'all. Hey, Valerie. Hey Janelle, you back again, girl. Hey Just Danielle, cause y'all was in my live for All American a little bit earlier. Hey Z Lovely. Hey Kelly Hester Jones. Oh, it's so good seeing y'all tonight. Hey Demetria. Hey Tanya. All right, so this episode, or not this episode, this live is again a retrospect on season 8 and unpacking the storylines, unpacking the characters, and a little bit of the things that are actually in between. We're going to start off with Gary's hospitalization because that's kind of where it started with the season. That was supposed to be the big thing, the big murder mystery that was supposed to drive the major plot of the story. We started the season off with everybody getting interrogated. Everybody is suspects. Oh my God, people's lives are going to be upended because who tried to kill Gary Borders? Who did it? We're not even 4 episodes in and we don't even care no more. Like,
Don't I mean didn't give two dams. Didn't give two dams who tried to take them out. All we knew is that they messed up the assignment.
completely. completely. Ellie, talk to me about how you felt about the Gary's hospitalization storyline coming into the season versus exiting the season.
Um, Coming into the season, I actually didn't mind it because I kind of figured that's where we were going once I determined that they were not going to kill this character off in season 8. So I expected that much, to see this character in the hospital. And I know we joked about you and I on our separate channels as well as our Sisters Keeper, along with our family members, about now y'all bet not let this man be in the hospital the entire time. And they let this man be in the hospital the entire time. So as you
The
stated,
entire time.
as you stated, the entire time, and as you stated, 4 episodes in, because to me this could have been wrapped up in episode. I give him 3. I push it to 4. By episode 4, we should have been done with this storyline. However, like I said, I was not that I was excited about it, but I wanted to see exactly what they were going to do now that he was in the hospital. I
Mm.
was shocked about some of the things that took place with Gary and the fentanyl, with Gary and him having short term or long term memory loss. I did not expect that. I didn't know what they were going to do with him, the after effects of this stabbing. And so the fact that this man he was stabbed, he was given fentanyl, he had a seizure, somebody tried to suffocate him. Gary went through a lot
A
while
hell of a
in
lot.
this a hell of a lot, and only to come out with just a little bit of his memory not resurfacing. So in essence, I was tired of seeing him in that hospital room, but Gary still was Gary-ing.
Yes.
And I love the way that Cheeto played certain things for Gary in the hospital. So I wasn't as upset about that. I wanted it to be over, but because Cheeto is such a great actor, I wasn't all the way upset about it. I'll say that.
And then as we exit the season, we finally get him out of the bed and we finally get him back to his office, only to like honestly just press the reset. His character is not seemingly under federal investigation anymore and going to jail.
Hmm.
He is getting rid of Hudson, so he's cleaning house. He don't have his memory, but he has enough of his memory to know that he still wants Andy, so he's going to go ahead in that pursuit, only to be interrupted with the blast from the past and his ex, who's been working with Hudson. How did it feel coming arriving at all of that towards the end of the season, and now as we exit, that's what we're kind of left with.
I wanted to fire everyone in the writers' room. That was my first thought. Like that was my first thought. If y'all could really see my live expressions when the show is airing live, I felt like, and this is the way I can describe it, because a lot of us, especially women, know this feeling. When you almost there, and then they do something, they switch positions and mess your whole
Ah.
thing up. That's what I felt like. Like, okay, like I was excited about the whole Jasmine thing, and then to find out Hudson's connection to Gary, I just felt it was a mood killer.
Mm.
I would have appreciated it more, and I think I said this on the last live, if Hudson was actually the brother of the woman that Gary unalived. But for Hudson to go through all of this for a young woman, well, a teenager at the time, that was nice to him, it just felt like the stakes wasn't high enough.
Right.
I didn't understand, like, why would you go through all of this just simply because she was nice? It didn't make sense. But if it was his older sister, I could understand. But even with that, you made a great point. Nothing about Hudson character showed like any type of compassion or remorse for losing somebody.
Mm.
Like, was his whole entire connection to Gary was about vengeance? And if that was the case, he could have took out Gary a long time ago, and no one would have known. So with that part, I was disappointed. It felt, I don't even know if disappointed is the word. It was just, I expected this from y'all. Like, if
Mm.
y'all were gonna mess up a story that could have been a great story, especially with bringing Jasmine back, I expected y'all to do something like that.
Yeah. I'm kind of
And
like irritated with
hmm
when it pertains to the whole Garyness with the Sisters universe, because if y'all recall, I was very excited for Gary stabbing, and that sounds so damn morbid, but it was like a fresh thing. It was like, oh my God, if this character dies and if one of the characters killed him, that changes everything. It raises the stakes. It stops us from going in these very mundane cycles of pseudo drama for drama's sake, and it actually gives the character some meat and something to actually deal with. So when we come into the season and we find out that he's still alive and he made it, and there's this little random ass stab up here, it's like, okay, fine. And it's the who done it. It's like, okay, fine, but then you have the whole arc of the interrogation and the FBI and the APB is all working together, but then they ain't got 5 brain cells down there at the damn jailhouse to rub together. So it's not a real investigation. And the only people who gonna be able to solve it is Paw Patrol. That's when y'all really, really lost me. Like, y'all lost me when Zac and Fatima was supposed to be the damn the last hope for this whole damn investigation, because Wyatt ain't worth nothing but a good look, I suppose. Sir, go ahead and model, because your ass can't police to save your life. Fine. Um the back and forth of Gary, like him getting out of the hospital, running butt naked on the scooter or whatever to get to Andy. Okay, comedic relief, cool, cool, cool. Nothing really of any stakes, of any meat. And it's, I think, really frustrating again because Gary is such a pivotal character within this world who could raise the stakes for everybody. He's the real true villain. He's the real true antagonist. He somehow has found a way over the course of 8 seasons to really impact pretty much every single character in some way, even though he is Andy's man. And he just was completely underutilized. And even with the bringing back Jasmine at the end and having her tied to Hudson, it felt so trite. Maybe she's not dead. I assume that she was dead, but it also, it feels like a lot of nothing. And it's unfortunate because the character has so much to work with. And as you said, like, Cheeto is really brilliant as Gary, and he has such a commanding, charming, um, very dubious, energy and performances that just work and that like pulls you in. And I guess I was like hinging the last hope for like turning around the series and making the series actually mean something on the Gary character and the storyline tied to the Gary character if he was going to survive. And then when we get to the end of the season, it's just back to the same old, and nothing really matters.
Nothing matters. And I was thinking also, and we discussed this, we were being funny about it when what's the boy name? Uh oh Lord. What's Tamara
Hayden.
Hayden? Thank God Lord, Alicia's only been a week. But when Hayden was telling Gary to stay away from Tamara and he kinda gave him a look, and we was like, he gonna mess with her tomorrow. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
would have appreciated it more if Gary would have went and did that. Because number one, there's a stake there because obviously Hayden has threatened you. He's serious about what he's saying, and then you go do it anyway. That would have
Yeah.
been very Gary. But
Yeah.
for Gary to go to his office and be, I just feel like I feel new here. I feel like I belong here. It's like, I understand, and the writers took their cue from Tyler because he does this as well. The way they set up things to happen, it's laughable
Yeah.
because you had to have that happen in order for Andy to get there, for Jasmine to make her appearance, for Zach to somehow find out where they were and bust in the door. But I'm like, this ain't Gary. He knows enough.
Yeah.
As you stated, he doesn't have all of his memory, but Gary knows enough. And the fact that Hayden said what he said, my mind is, oh, he gonna try her. But to have it end that way, still with the possibility of who got shot, we ended with a stabbing season 7. Now we ended with a shot in season 8. I'm kind of over that.
Yeah.
I'm really over the, who got at the end of the season.
Same. Same. And again, like, we have been, how long have we been calling for Jasmine to come back? Like,
A
I feel
long
like
time.
we've been trying to, like, I feel like I've been asking about Jasmine at least since season 5. And she disappeared in what, season 2? Or went to jail, I'm
Uh,
sorry. She went to prison
yes.
in
Went
season
to prison.
2. Maybe
Hmm.
I'll give it maybe season 6. So to have her come back at the 11th hour,
Yeah,
Rightfully so to get Gary because she do owe Gary quite a bit of licks still.
she does.
Only to be shot by the dweeb ass underling that she trusted and loved so. Tyler, Tyler, please, Tyler, please.
And piggybacking off what you said, because when I thought about the character of Jasmine, even though Jasmine came in to antagonize Andy, I appreciated her presence from the very beginning because I understood the reason she was doing what she was doing. It didn't feel like her actions didn't feel contrite. Her actions didn't feel like, why is this woman doing this? I understood why she was doing this. I got four of your kids, you cheating on me with this chick here, and it's something different about this one than the other ones that you've been with. So
Mm-hmm.
I could understand why she was doing what she was doing, but they have Jasmine just picking the wrong men all the time. She picked Gary, she picked Morris, and she picked
Mm.
Hudson. Now,
Yeah.
I'ma just say, I respect Jasmine a little bit more than her choosing Hudson. That I don't understand.
I don't understand that at
Now,
all
she did
either.
make a point that was just so like weird. She did
And to
make a
have the
point
whole
about, him
diatribe
being
about, oh, he
trustworthy.
is loyal and you could never understand his loyalty, only for him to turn to her and be like, well, I don't know how you dealt with that after shooting her.
Right. Right. It was something. Like she been with Gary. I think she knows how to read men quite well.
Right.
And Hudson, he ain't that great of a like it that part of the whole Jasmine returning. Now when she was like, with my man, I said, yo man, that threw me the hell off. Because I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't
Is
no
the
way
man
you
in the
giving it
room
to
with
this
us?
dude. ain't I'm like, ain't no way. And then the fact that even what Demetri just said, Jasmine literally went to jail, went to prison for shooting a gun that had rubber bullets. People have done way worse on the show, but this chick actually served time.
Mm.
Like y'all actually gave this chick time for shooting rubber bullets at Gary. But okay, all right, we'll go with it because we ain't got no choice. But that part of the story, which is wild to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And the pacing, we could have taken where we got to with it. Well, I guess they needed Andy to get kidnapped at the end so they can have her little Andy and Robin cliffhanger. But like the Gary story arc from the season could have been wrapped up definitely within the first half of the season. By the mid-season finale, we should have been
Absolutely.
seeing Jasmine. The pacing was all off.
It was but then to add Miss Marie in there, I kind of felt like they did that as a try to throw us off the scent
Yep.
because what was that? That part pissed me off too because I'm like, y'all threw this in here as if Miss Marie was kind of like the person who orchestrated this situation, but she really wasn't. She was
Yep.
just the person that was going to benefit from the situation.
Yep.
And I'm like, y'all had Hudson going there. I need you to help me. How are you wrapped up? Because your whole intent was to screw over Gary. So
Mm-hmm.
how are you? I said this don't even make. I'm done. This don't even make sense the way that they did, the way that they did that aspect. And like I said from the beginning, I was looking forward to what they were going to do with Gary's character. But towards the end, I was just like, y'all have really missed the mark.
And lost the
Truly missed
damn
the mark
plot.
with this whole thing. Very much so. Very much so.
Y'all have clearly lost the plots. All right. Next up, as it pertains to storylines, major storylines in the season, Karen's pregnancy was also,
Yes.
I wouldn't say necessarily
Yes.
a major thing because Karen ultimately she really provided supporting energy this entire season. We didn't really
Mm.
have much going on. Not much of the plot was driven by her drama or her even her lack of drama. She just kind of was there and they gave us little updates here and there. They gave us little tidbits. They teased us definitely when it came to Aaron and Karen. But her pregnancy was something that was on all of the audience's minds throughout the season. And by the end, we finally get to see her going into labor after like midway through seeing her go through the false labor, both of which happening at the damn duplex. Because nothing with Karen of note can stop happening at the damn duplex. How you feel
Oh,
about
this is
Karen's journey this season, Allie?
you know I love Karen's journey. I loved her journey from the beginning to the end. And even what you said about she definitely gave, support energy this season, because I think and I just think as an audience, I think whether people like the character or not, a lot of the things on the show is driven by Karen's drama, is
Mm-hmm.
driven by her indecisiveness, or driven by, when she was going through all of her early emotions with her pregnancy before she knew she was pregnant, even finding out she was pregnant, dealing with those things. And I think people have become so accustomed to that, that when she's in a season of tranquil, it become, oh, she plotting, oh, she would, we still got that, even though she wasn't doing nothing, she wasn't doing none
Mm-hmm.
of that, but
Mm-hmm.
one thing I will say that I really wish we would have seen more of when it comes to her pregnancy is the fact that excuse me, we know she's pregnant with twins. They didn't give her a bigger prosthetic stomach. They didn't have her walking like she was nine and a half months pregnant. Like those type of things I would have enjoyed to see, but maybe that just would have been too much like right to actually, allow Karen to
Mm.
experience that. But that is something that I would have loved to see. But her journey, that we were a part of, it was absolutely beautiful. From her professional life to her personal life, Karen really had some triumphs this season, even though they were very um, short in length. I can I will appreciate what was given because it was healthy.
Mm.
And they don't always present Karen's situations in that way.
Yeah.
And season 8, it did kind of make me feel away too. It's like even though they presented it, they gave us very little.
Yeah.
They gave us very little of it. But I loved her journey because I felt it was so realistic to go from a place of protecting herself from love and then opening herself up to love.
Mm.
Even on the business side, to go from wanting to protect the business, and I understand because she is
Good
working
morning,
with Pam,
boss. Good
but
morning,
also
Fatima.
to
You ready?
recognize Pam's strengths and encourage her in that strength. And I know
Mm.
that took a lot for her
Yeah.
because Pam ain't the most trustworthy person,
At all.
and but she's just not. But I enjoyed Karen just allowing herself to be free in those moments, and allowing the strengths of the people around her to help better what she's trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I'm not trying to be ungrateful. So like I'm trying to think about that when I think about the Karen story. My
Hmm.
biggest criticism is just that we needed more of it. But when thinking like you said about the the rest and the tranquility that we got to see from her, which we don't typically get to see from her, I will take it. I will take a season of Karen at rest, a Karen at reflection, of Karen at slow mo, um, over another innocuous season of like trite drama, friendship betrayals, lack of support, feeling less than, no self worth, and complete and utter spinning of her wheels. Like, I will take this. Um, I think that the season could have been definitely enhanced if we leaned more into Karen, even on this healthy journey, and just extended her scenes more. Like, if we would have just gotten to see 3 more minutes each time of Karen and Aaron, I think that the season would have been exponentially better for it. But for whatever reason, they're rationing them out. Can't for the life of me place why they're doing that, but they're doing that.
I
Um,
can't either.
go for it. Sorry.
Oh, I can't. I'm sorry, because the scene popped in my head when you were talking. The scene where, and I made a video about it, but it really, I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. The scene where Karen just told Aaron, that Zach is not gonna be a problem anymore. He was the issue from the very beginning, but and that was it. And I'm like, I felt like there had to have been more to that scene, because there is no way that y'all just cut it off right there. Not after the journey that these two characters have been on. And I've gone back and I watched all of Karen and Aaron scenes from season 1 up until the season finale of season 8. so much should have been discussed. And I know we're not dealing with writers that's going to give us, creme de la creme.
Mm-hmm.
However, as you stated, 2 to 3 more minutes of them in that moment to me would have made the sexual aspect that much better. Because I thought the sex scene was a very, um, it was done well and it was very intimate.
Mm-hmm.
However, I wasn't too geeked up about the conversation because I think, in my opinion, Karen owed Aaron more than that. Like
Yeah,
I said, after rewatching all them scenes, he deserved more than that than what the writers wrote for Karen to say.
for sure.
And I don't know why they're doing it. Like it makes me like this is the most healthiest relationship that you have on the show, and you give it. It's almost like it's an afterthought. Like
Yeah,
we'll just throw Karen and Aaron in there somewhere, but it's not really to be given the attention that it's deserving of.
which is weird. It's very weird. Hmm.
It is.
In addition to the pregnancy journey that we are seeing actually progress now, so y'all can stop coming in the comment section saying, when is she gonna have this baby? When is she gonna have this baby? She having a baby now. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a Tyler Perry timing thing, not a character of Anne Karen timing thing, but okay. The other thing that was a part of her storyline this season was you know, the business stuff. You talked about her and going into more business with Pam and Pam ain't trustworthy. I think that adding to her business was a great decision. Writing wise, I don't know how much I love her and Pam anymore. And that's so interesting because, well, actually, I've started falling out of love with Pam in season 7 when we first got the seeds of like Pam starting this business in this salon and being completely entitled and ungrateful behind,
Mhm.
having a boss who's a friend, who is covering you in a way that's allowing you to do certain things and you thinking that you deserve and are owed even more. Like Pam really has shown just very interesting energy that I feel like some of her sisters in the Sister Circle show, which was a complete pivot from the Pam that we had known. Like we knew a Pam that was flaky. We knew a Pam that liked to get hers sexually. We knew a Pam that is maybe unreliable, but she was still a loyal friend. She was still trustworthy. And within season 7 and then on to less than season 8, maybe they're kind of running together for me. I'm gonna be honest. Um, we get these seeds of like ungratefulness and spite and like playing into the narrative of Karen the big meanie when it's like, Pam, you have been extended the most grace. Well, not necessarily the most grace because Danny has gotten the most goddamn grace from
Yeah.
Karen, but I digress. I don't know how I feel about Karen being tied in business with Pam. Like it makes sense on paper, in theory of like Pam being so inexperienced and then Miss Marie coming in and Miss Marie liking the round awayness of Pam and Karen and all of that. But it feels like it's going to wind up being a much heavier lift than it will be a reward moving forward. And
Hmm.
now that we done had Karen's rest season, I fear that in addition to having 2 babies, which was going to be a heavy lift in and of itself, this business
Yeah.
stuff is going to come back to bite her as well.
That's a strong possibility. That is a strong, strong possibility. I just don't trust them. Cause I'm gonna tell you what I wanted to happen with that whole situation. Adding the lubricant to the item list or what
Mm-hmm.
Rooster Riches could be used for. It is scary because then I think about they have Aaron's money invested, they have Miss Marie money invested, and I just don't trust the writers enough for them to allow Karen to experience success in multiple facets of her life. So it's
Mm.
almost like,
Good
if
morning,
she's
boss.
happy with
Good morning,
Aaron, because
Fatima.
that's
You
something
ready for
that
this?
plays
I was born
into
ready.
their
Let's do
personal
it.
relationship as well, something that he can get irritated about or agitated about. If the business is not going well, that filters into their, personal
Ah.
relationship as well. So I don't trust them. I don't know if um Tyler is gonna be. I don't know if he did right for season 8. I mean, excuse me, now because I think they're actually filming right now. So I don't know
Season
if he
10.
took over the ranks again. Season 10, season 10. If they're gonna be filming right now or however that's gonna go. But I just be nervous for my sis, and that's crazy because I don't be nervous for no other character but Karen, because I'm like, y'all just don't do her well at all. And even going back to what you said about Pam, as you stated, it fed into the reality of, oh, Karen, the big bad meanie, oh, she don't want me to be successful.
Now,
You was stealing
how is
from
that
this woman
sales
from the
boosting
very
your show going?
beginning.
Oh,
Correct.
it's
I
going
can't remember
great.
who this
Yeah.
person is, but they comment under my videos all the time about how Karen acts like it's her company. It is.
It
Her money
is.
started it. And I correct them every time. Everybody who comment that it is.
It
It
quite
was her
literally is,
money.
babes.
Literally her company. So I'm not understanding, but I do fully agree with you about the sketchiness of going into business with Pam.
Yeah, cause
It's scary.
even she is not the Pam that we once knew.
No,
So,
she's not. And we was really thrown into that with the whole Trey situation.
mm-hmm.
Karen trying to tell her what was going on, and why would Karen want to do anything to jeopardize your happiness? And the way that was portrayed, I was just like, Pam,
Please
you finally getting some penis that got a job. I'm gonna need you to calm down because
relax.
Karen don't want him, baby.
Heavy on it.
If she wanted him, she could have got him earlier. She don't want him, boo. She don't
That
want him.
part. It's that part for me. Uh, you touched on it in reference to how Karen's pregnancy was portrayed with the lack of like growing prosthetics. But aside from
Hmm.
that, I'm actually I'm actually okay with how they portrayed the pregnancy. I think that they did it justice, especially when you think about the other pregnant sister who we keep forgetting is pregnant. And it's not we as in Allie and I, it's we as in the writers because, we shooting up places, getting into brawls, our man's
Yeah.
forgetting that we're pregnant. At least with Karen, we know she's pregnant. We have known she's been pregnant since season 3. We've known.
Yes.
They could have
Yeah.
been doing her like they did Fatima.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, hey, at least Karen acknowledges the babies. At least we've seen her in the doctor's office multiple times. But I can agree with you in comparison to the other pregnant sister.
We doing all
Yeah,
right.
Karen gets Karen gets a 10. She doing well.
We are
She doing well.
doing all right. All right.
She doing
So
well.
speaking of the other pregnant sister and her counterpart, the other storyline that we don't have no choice but to talk about because it was ever present, regardless of if it was ever effective, ever interesting, if it even ever mattered. None of that even matters because they were there. Zac and Fatima. And honestly, I feel like their presence was the storyline. Yes, they were given trite things to do, but like it honestly felt like all season, here they go. They are the story. Where with absolutely no actual story. How are you feeling about the Zac and
Yeah,
Fatima-ness of season 8?
I utterly despised it.
Yeah.
I utterly despised it, and I totally agree with you. And it was like, oh, here y'all go, boom. It really made. I'm gonna tell you what. It really made me think about this episode of the Cosby Show when when Vanessa had brought Dabness home and she was engaged. Nobody knew. She just, surprised everybody with it. And Cliff asked him what was his favorite meal. And he began to say, oh, I like steak, I like potatoes, I like this, and I like that. Oh, it's your favorite meal. But I'm going to serve it to you on a garbage can lid.
Mm.
There you go. It's your favorite meal, but it don't look it's not as appetizing anymore, is it?
Yep.
That's how I felt about Fatima and Zac this season. Even though they've never been my favorite, I know they are a fan favorite. But the presentation of Zac and Fatima this season, in my opinion, was the absolute worst it has ever been
Yeah.
from the inception, the conception of this show. It blew my mind how they literally had no storyline. Fatima didn't have a storyline, and Zac didn't have a storyline. And you put them together to have no storyline.
Mm-hmm.
literally had no story. It blew my mind. And it was something that you said, I think it was the last Our Sister's Keeper, and you talked about, he was like, I hope the Val enjoyed them 22 checks he got, or the checks he got for 22 episodes, because he really did nothing. And he was literally in, I believe, in every episode, maybe except one. He was in every episode and
She
did
did it to herself.
absolutely
All of that, and
nothing.
we
So
still don't know
I
who tried to kill
despised it.
Gary.
They
I
felt
know,
like
babe. And
energy killers for me. Anytime I saw them
Mm.
on the screen together, I immediately got an attitude.
Allie said,
I
Allie
immediately.
said, "Oh, brother, every time." Oh,
I
brother, this
mean,
guy stinks.
every single time. I
Yeah.
mean, oh, I felt like, okay, and here go this damn board that we got to see every episode. Zach does nothing but stare at this board all day. He's not working. He's not doing anything to bring money into the household. We don't see him making any leads for his construction. We don't see him doing anything.
Yep.
And people be quick to tell me, well, he got Fatima. He don't do nothing over there either.
At all.
Fatima don't do nothing over there either. And so many people keep trying to liken this show to Martin, meaning Zatima. And I'm like, no. Zach ain't Martin, and Fatima not Gina. Gina was a well-rounded character.
Very well
Fatima
rounded.
is more like a side. She was never given. Gina never gave sidekick energy. Fatima gives sidekick energy
Yeah.
on both Sisters and Zatima. She ain't that. She's not doing anything.
While catching hell at that. Like,
Yes,
that be the
while
thing.
catching hell. And then, as you stated, like with this investigation, for Fatima and Zach to know more than the FBI, investigate. Like, come on, baby, we got to prove we didn't do it. Really? There is no evidence that tie y'all to this case.
At
None.
all. Y'all ain't got to do
we are
nothing
running
to
out of
stay
time on
black
Agent
enough.
Y's deadline.
And yeah, here you go,
I,
getting on out there.
So,
Where you going?
yo, Jesus. Here y'all go. And then, I don't know if you want to touch on that before we move forward to like Fatima's um involvement with Karen's business and her
Mm-hmm.
personal life. I despise that as well. And I will say this until the end of time. I despise the fact that Fatima is so involved in Karen's life as a whole.
Yeah.
It's too much. And Karen is not involved in her. I could see if it was a mutually beneficial situation,
Yep.
but it's not. It's always going to be lopsided. Karen's gonna always get the short end of the stick when it comes to Fatima, and that's just how the writers have done this. They have not changed it. Now you got this woman that's the point person for Karen's business with Miss Marie, who she tells Zach stuff that's none of his business. She's best friend with Karen's. Well, I would say she's might as well say best friends with Karen's best friend. She has completely moved her way into the sister circle. The only person that I believe that keep Fatima at arm's length is Sabrina. But everybody, oh, Tima girl, what's up, girl? Hey, girl.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's a continue. I believe that Karen has moved past that, but that still doesn't mean I want Zach's fiance a part of the sister circle. That
Yep.
doesn't mean every time I go somewhere I see her. It's too much. She's too immersed for me, for my liking.
Yeah. And I actually wasn't mad at I'm mad at them giving Fatima full on cases or trying to allude to giving her full on cases. I wasn't too mad at her working on the roots to riches stuff because it kind of made sense. However, in the parts where they could actually dive into something meaningful and expose some that could, the craziest part about the whole thing, like I'm going on a tangent now, Zach and Fatima are so ever present with no damn storyline while having the seeds for plenty of storylines. So you are a paralegal who wants to be a lawyer who is currently failing out of law school but has the opportunity to work on a case for a billionaire person who believes in the little bomb black ghetto girls that's trying to make it in this world. So now you're getting good experience to what you actually say that you actually want to do. It happens to be for your fiance's ex-girlfriend who she is actually pregnant by your fiance, and we ain't gonna really explore the intertwining of business and personal. Okay, fine. But then when Zach pops up and says, "Oh, maybe I should invest since it's seeming like it's doing well," we wrap that up with a bow real quick. Even
Real
though we know
quick.
that you're a character that historically has insecurity issues tied to this man and this particular woman, We're not going to allow that to play out and let that extend and actually be a storyline where she has to actually battle with showing up and doing things correctly regardless of her goddamn feelings. We just say, no, you ain't going to invest and you going to have to be okay with that. And he just going to go ahead and let it go, even though he's supposed to be the killer businessman with the great instincts to make more money after he hit the lotto, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Come on now, y'all. Come on now.
Yeah.
And I also wasn't opposed to her working on the Rooster Rich's business because I felt like it added a good level of tension, potential tension or conflict, still happening with Karen and Fatima that would feel not actually regressive. It would feel progressive because it just happens to be this way. It's not trite or whatever, and it makes sense. Like, it lines up. But then even with that, you have Fatima popping up at Karen's house, even though Karen can't pop up at Fatima's house, and Fatima requiring Karen to come to her house to go sign papers when she do come to the house, and she wants to check Karen on this and check Karen on that, but Karen don't get to check nobody on nothing. It's also not even fair. So you put her in this position to be all up in Karen's business, but Karen can't feel no way about nothing. Karen can't say nothing. Karen can't breathe too hard. Karen can't look to the left or to the right. Like, that's not how this works. If you're going to have some people in some awkward circumstances or some conflict that could potentially arise, then everybody gets carte blanche opportunity to be a human within said conflict and or opportunity for conflict to arise. You don't give consequences to one character and then no consequence to the other and then keep having their asses bumped together to the detriment of one character. Where the hell they do that at?
Yeah. Yes to all of that. I someone sent me, and I'm sorry if you on the live. I don't remember your screen name. But someone sent me a page of the script that was deleted. The scene between the scene between Karen and Zach. So Zach actually did come to the salon and he gave Karen money, and she was like, "What was this for?" And he said, to sow into the family business. What family business? So he was actually going to give Karen money, and what she said. So she was like, "Do I need to call Fatima in order to keep you out my business?" So even what you said about that, the conflict of interest right there, it's like, why do y'all cut that stuff off? Even going back to what you said too about Fatima showing the insecurity. I know people love to say, "Oh, Fatima not insecure." She is. When it comes to Karen Mott and Zachary Taylor, she is, and I understand. But it's okay to show that. It's okay to unveil that. Fatima is not a woman that's like superhuman.
Yeah.
She has feelings. She has emotions. We can explore that, but the way they shut that thing down so quick after she gave Zach that look, and then came back with with Aaron's investment. Like, are you sure you like? It may not be best for you to do this. No, what was that look you gave, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Because that hit you. You told him business you weren't supposed to tell him, but you didn't expect him to respond that way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's explore that.
Yep.
And for me, that's where the disconnect comes with Fatima, because anytime she honestly gets an opportunity to operate in a humanistic manner, they kind of shut it down. Oh, I got it. Oh, that don't bother me. And it's like, sis, it
Child.
does.
It's the big bad team of it all for me. And even your baddest neighborhood black bitch cries, falls,
Yes.
stubs her knee, got scars on her knees from falling before. Please. As you said,
Thanks.
Fatima is not a superhero. None of the sisters are. And if anything, they just go on each season reverberating Karen's greatness because she is the strong black woman who continuously falls, who continuously makes missteps, who is continuously operating within her full humanity. She ain't getting no extra handout. She ain't getting no get out of jail free cards. She got a gun. She toting it similar to Fatima, but she also is
Mm-hmm.
saying sorry and wants her friends and is apologizing when her ass shouldn't be. And it's beautiful to see. To me, it presents her as the strongest woman out of all of these women because there is a fullness to her character and her being. And Fatima, no, y'all are working against the character. Y'all want us to believe that she's so big, she's so bad, she's so bomb, she's so strong. Meanwhile, we never actually see her suffer consequences or real adversity and what that actually looks like when you do it. So that make me believe that she will crumble. If she really have to feel anything, for real, she gonna crumble. If she really gotta suffer at any point, is she gonna crumble. If Zach leave her, she gonna crumble.
Oh
And my
Lord.
God, just the thought of that alone was like, oh girl, you her? Damn.
Yep. She's her. She's her. And speaking of Zach leaving, somebody who done left that we ain't seen in a month of Sundays. Where's Michael?
Where's Michael, Zach?
Where's Michael? Where's Michael? Is becoming like, where's Waldo? Oh, dang, nah, that ain't him. Thought it was him. Where's his baby?
Gotta be quicker than that.
Got, gotta be quicker than that. I said, first of all, baby, how you gonna be a stay-at-home dad when you're missing the dad part?
Hello, where's the kid?
Where's the kid? Where's the baby? We ain't seen this
He's staying at
child.
home with
And every
air.
time I think about it, girl, I'm just like, come on. And you know the thing about it is, for me, I feel like the redemptive quality that I think I'm looking for with Zach, if there is one, would come through Michael. Because
Mm,
there are certain men who are not great partners, but they are amazing fathers. I know a few.
yeah.
But then sometimes when that attention is to their child, they tend to understand more of a human connection, and it somehow filters into their personal relationships. I'm not saying that happens to everybody, but if we're going to make Zach a believable, well-rounded person, then we need to see that. I don't want to hear that Zach is such a great dad. Fatima is so quick to say how good Zach is, but she never says specifically what he's good at. She always says that he's a good man, but never tell us in what ways is he a good
Ah,
man.
that's Daddy's
We
boy.
don't see Zach being a good
Did he give
father.
you homework already?
We don't see Zach being a good dad. We see Zach being, we see Zach doing nothing, pretty much. And I just
And
think
a
that if
whole lot of it.
Michael, a whole lot of it, and I just think if Michael had more of a presence on the show, then we could actually see Zach in that way. And we just don't get a chance to see it. But what's gonna really be the kicker is we gonna see him that way come season 9, but it ain't gonna be
Want to
with
get a
his
snack
fiance.
first?
Ooh,
All right, we'll get a snack
ooh,
first.
And I'm gonna
Let's
just
see. Come on, man.
leave it there. We can
cause
talk
we
about
gonna
that
see it.
later. We go to we
You
are
hear
right here. We
me?
can take a little
We
bit.
gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna think
Mm-hmm.
that Zach, like this whole time, I was like, oh, Zach can't get better. Zach can't evolve. Zach is gonna be a Pokemon in season 9.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He finna level up to his
Mm-hmm.
final form in season 9. Soon as Karen shoot that baby out, them
Yes.
babies out.
Yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. Gonna be some changes.
I, man,
It's gonna be some changes.
so like we typically have certain conversations around Zatima, the
Mm-hmm.
show, and it's more focused on Zatima because that's where they really should be having all of this. But like even us now and talking about their storyline and like hovering with the couple or whatever, it makes me want to like unpack. We ain't even got time in this live to do it. It makes me
Mm-hmm.
kind of want to unpack or at least peek into, is Fatima Zach's final home?
I don't know. I honestly can say I don't know. And there's so many reasons why I feel that way. Um, let me go on record. I don't believe that Karen is his final home. So let me say that.
Period.
But
Period.
yeah, let me say that. But I do not. I don't know if Fatima is the final of this, because, and I could be wrong, but I think once Karen have these children, it's gonna produce a different side of my that of Zach that none of us have bear witness to, because he missed those moments in Michael's life.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that, there's just certain aspects of his nature that is probably going to remain. But I think the difference in seeing Zach be a father to a small child, a newborn, I think it's going to change something within him. And I don't know how Fatima is going to respond to that, because, yes, she is carrying his child, but Karen is a mom who gave him the child. And I think those are two different things. Like you're taking care of this child, you're holding this child, you're connected with this child while your fiance is pregnant with you. It's different. Now, if there's anybody on this live who has experienced that, man, I want to hear that story because there
Mm.
has to be some type of emotional connect and disconnect and a whole lot of stuff going on with a man when your ex that you were in love with has given you a child, but yet your fiance is pregnant. What is that like? Now, unfortunately, sometimes I could be, speaking out of turn because they tend not to allow Zach to experience certain emotions when it comes to Karen. So I got to keep that in mind too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but that whole, I don't know. I
I
just,
mean,
and
I
I'm
think
gonna
that
be
you're
honest
onto
with you.
something though, because
Okay.
like Fatima is pregnant too. We're not negating that at all.
Hmm.
However, Michael already happened and he didn't experience it, so he missed out on a lot. I think there's still um not a learning curve, but like a buffer period or a buffer zone as it pertains to like developing connection. Like, yes, he understands this is his son. He wouldn't go to custody and all that. Cool, cool, cool. But as it pertains to connection and like innate biological like sense of something, I don't know if that's there yet with Michael, right? And to me,
Hmm.
that's on display just by how absent Michael is. Not even just physically how absent Michael is, but he don't talk about Michael for real, unless he has to. But when
Yes.
you get to Karen's child, that is a child that has yet to be born that stays at the top of Zach's damn mind. So she, for all intents and purposes, while is not giving him his first child, is giving him his first experience into fatherhood. So it's almost like the woman who made the man the father for the first time. And it's not that Michael don't count, but this is him actually getting to experience it because he didn't experience it with Heather. So it's different. And yes, Fatima's baby is coming, but it's coming behind Karen's. So there's going to be a focus there. There's going to be a specialness there. There's going to be a like set asideness there. And again, to your point, there's going to be a Zach that we see, and honestly, probably he sees that he didn't even know was there because it's going to come out of him when he's put into that particular circumstance. Because whether we want to see it or say it or not, he still has feelings for Karen Motts, regardless of Big Bad Fatima trying to beat the feelings out of him.
Or sex the feelings out of him.
Ooh!
Because women and men, we think beyond the gates of our southern regions that we can sex somebody out of someone's system. I don't care how great your penis is or how great your golden treasure is. Feelings are feelings, and they ain't getting traded out for sex.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't care how great it is. But yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
something, and I hope is that's explored because I would love to see that story told from a man's perspective, and I think Zach is the perfect character for that too because Zach is a highly emotional character, just off
Yeah.
rip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's highly emotional, and so to see him with a daughter, oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm so, in a sense, I'm so incredibly happy because I know DeVal always wanted a daughter, but
Mm-hmm.
he has sons. So to see just him experiencing that vicariously through Zach, oh, I'm here for it. Like I want to see what that journey is like for him because, oh Lord,
Yeah.
we'll mess up some stuff.
It's gonna be an interesting one. Ooh.
It
So
is.
how believable? How believable do we believe the Zach and Fatima ness of it all to have been this season?
I don't believe not a damn thing. I'm gonna just be honest with you because I will say this. I think Fatima is more so gone than I thought she was. I'm gonna just say that because at the end of the
Mm,
day, you're still a woman, and as a woman who is engaged to a man who isn't providing for you,
mm.
y'all have a place to
Tip
stay,
Zach.
y'all have
Texting
cars
me
to
every
drive,
five
but
minutes,
he's
something new.
not
I don't
bringing
even have a
money
chance to
into the
reply.
household, and he
We're not
is
having a
a
conversation.
well
That's more
able-bodied
stressful.
man. and he's not doing anything to make sure that you, Michael, baby Zion, that's what I call him, that y'all are taken care of. He's not doing that. So it's like whatever money Zac has left, and we know it's not much, he's just sitting on that money, which is the same money that he was willing to invest in Karen's business. So the hierarchy for me is still showing Karen is at the top, because just certain things are just what it is. You watch Fatima go to work every day, and Fatima doesn't care about this, and her only response is, "Well, I gotta make the bacon because you're not working." What? I
Karen,
don't even see Fatima being that woman. I really don't. So a lot of things weren't
Child.
believable for me, and I was gonna say maybe you could shed some light on it, because I gave her a little bit more credit than that.
I did too, honey. I'm trying to figure
Okay.
out when did we completely lose the plot of the woman who had any good. Zac left that day and there was a new man that night. Where did we lose that woman? The woman that's begging and pleading for this man who says that he don't give a damn that she like philosophy, don't give a damn that she like art, don't give a damn that she wants anything more. All she needs is this thug passion and be happy and I guess take care of me. Like
Hmm.
Fatima lost me quite a bit ago, I fear. And I was just hanging on, I guess, in mind, but in spirit, I have already been gone because, baby, what the hell are we doing? The dick ain't that good, Fatima. He
It ain't.
ain't
It
that
ain't.
fine, honey. There's very
It
few
ain't.
men that are that fine, baby. And he ain't one of them. No shade, Deval. No shade. Zac is not him. He's just not. And even to the point of like us speaking about there being so many great little pockets of story that you could dive into. So to have these two particular characters fumbling about this season with no actual storyline, it makes no sense. It's like, girl, if we gonna be hooked, if we gonna be dickmatized around a doofy dude, cool. That's our story too. Sometimes it happened. It happened to the best of
Hmm.
us. Best believe.
Hmm.
But like, tell that story. I don't know why I can't let him go. Or dive more into the she crying after the whole Miss Marie, or no, was it the woman before Miss Marie? I don't remember. One of them damn clients made her boo-hoo cry down the damn law firm and take her damn ring off, and
Yes.
she felt like
Yes.
this was it for her, and it's like, cool, let's live there. You are literally fighting for the survival of this relationship out of fear. Go. But we're not gonna explore that. That is where the meat and potatoes of Zac and Fatima's story is, and they refuse to actually deal with it. So no, none of it's believable. You presented us with this little hustling, Madam Associated paralegal trying to make a way, minding her business because, well, Andy had just got to the law firm. When we first meet them, Andy had just got to that law firm. So it's like she didn't even know Andy for that long, hadn't been her paralegal for that long. But basically, this woman comes in and now it shifts all of your whole being. Being Andy's assistant now has changed your trajectory this much, has changed what you care about this much. You're the same hustling ass woman who took $500 from Gary to get snuck into Andy's house, but now you her defender. Yeah. Season
Uh-huh.
8, it's not
Hmm.
believable, but there's so many points where they made deviations in her story and haven't backed it up with any type of why. And we need to understand who the hell Fatima Wilson is now, and why is she the
Who
way
she
she
is.
is now,
Uh,
before we can go
who
forward and
she
do anything else.
Yes. Because what happened to school?
Ooh,
What happened to that?
you fail
That
one
just
test, Andy get mad, and then you don't never go back to class. That's how you.
never go
That's
back.
how you get that degree. That's how you do it, baby.
Oh my God. It's, yeah, not believable at all, honey. No, no, not at all.
Hmm.
that does sound
It
annoying.
is.
But
Because
you could have
the
just texted him to
failure to
stop.
I would
die,
have
the
texted,
love
but I'm so
triangleness of it
tired of
all.
texting and my phone
Like
going
I'm
off,
showing when we
okay?
get to the mid-season
Okay.
hiatus, I'm showing right now on screen where Zac was texting Karen all of this, schools this, and I want to take the baby fresh out the womb that, and Karen pops up and this whole thing. While it's not as heavy as it used to be, the whole love triangleness of it all, I'm completely over it. And it's completely over from this couple side because Karen as a character has done what she needed to do, whether right, wrong, or indifferent, and has moved the hell on. But these two, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
it's those two. Because baby girl has definitely bid her adieu with the whole Zach situation. So much so that it's actual disgust. When they was with Miss Marie, she was like, I think
What are
I'm
we
getting
nipping in the
married to one
bud?
of my baby's
You,
fathers.
Zach.
What?
Now listen,
That
I know
I ain't gonna.
I
We can talk about that
said
later.
I
But
was
it was
gonna
just
make
it was
sure
the
you.
look that Fatima gave, and she was like, "Ugh, I'm not talking about Zach." Like the disgust of you to even
Mm-hmm.
think, that I would want that. But she's done the work, and for me, that is something that we have failed to see Zach and Fatima do is do the work. Karen does the work. We get told they've done the work. We see her doing the work, but get told they've done the work. Well, Zach is in therapy. That man went to one session,
One. And then
one,
every
and
time the
the
damn
name.
therapist pops up outside of office hours, he ain't listening either way.
Uh-huh.
So you want me to believe that his ass is in therapy and he don't listen to this man when this man pops up at the bar for him? He still
Oh,
goes and
that.
catches a charge and goes to jail, but he's in therapy. The therapist came down to the bar. Y'all not gonna gaslight me. Y'all not gonna gaslight me.
And y'all, for those who don't watch Zatima, this happened right before Zach went and beat the brakes off his brother. Zach was at the bar. His therapist came and was talking that good sense to him. Like, dude, don't do it. Zach was warned so many times. And this man really was patient with Zach, gentle with Zach. He was telling him everything he needed to say. And Zach left there and went and found his brother and beat him into a pulp
Mm-hmm.
and put that man in the hospital. So I just want to let y'all know, what I'm saying, what happened with that situation. But he's in therapy.
But
Oh,
he's in
them Zach
therapy.
stayers love to tell us that. But Zach is
Child.
in therapy. Please,
That's not how therapy works, babe.
it ain't. That's not how therapy works. No, it ain't. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Sorry.
brother. Okay, moving right along.
Jesus.
Mm. Hmm. Something that I never thought was going to take center stage in a sister season came like here,
Yeah.
alas, the
Yeah.
precious. While it's not so damn precious, Danny, Tony, their relationship in the workplace. Thoughts?
Girl, you know, Tony has to be held accountable for the things that he did. Because there were certain things that he did. He was definitely inappropriate in some ways.
100%.
Um, they had sex in his office multiple times. He coming out to where her, station is, getting down on his knees. What are you doing down there? Get up. What are you
Forward.
in front of
I
people? What
would,
are
but I
we
can't.
doing, sir? What are you are the not just a supervisor, you are the vice president of an airline.
Yeah.
You making bank. Like, dude, you making bank. And the downfalls that we've been discussing for so many times that we do not understand the reason in which he is drawn to
Oh,
Danny.
I
That for me has just
because
been
I
like
know
the
that
thorn in my
if I go
flesh
back there,
with these two characters
you're
here
gonna have
because
a
it's
lot
like
more
every
than
time I
lunch.
see them,
So
I don't understand. Like that's my biggest thing. I watch them and I don't understand why he goes hard for her. I don't understand why he wants Danny to this day. I just
To this day.
the confusion. Yeah, to this day understand what the hell what he sees in
Turned
her, but their
on.
workplace
he
situation,
turned on.
Yeah.
even him getting her into that leadership program, and I know there was a 50-50 like debate about this. Was he right? She didn't want it. And I understand. I understand both sides. I understand that Danny did not want that for herself. And I understand that he felt this is my girl, this is my woman, and I want to see her, be in a better position in her life. Like I get that. However, I'm like, what you know about Danny? Did you really think she was going to be appreciative of you doing this? Because
Hello.
you did pull some strings. You did overlook someone or some people who deserved to be in that program. And Danny, not only did she didn't want it, she didn't deserve it. She did not deserve any of those things that he did. Even, jeopardizing his job
Yep.
to get her in there. No, you know, I know Tony don't want to go, and I know Alaska is cold, but baby
Okay.
boy, you might want to
Listen,
hop on the plane
why
and
don't we
go.
have some
Yes,
cake
you need a
quick?
reset, brother.
Some cat.
You need yes, you need a
You
reset
need
button
a
because
hard reset.
this thing is just not what it is, and I think that even going back to Lenny's accusation of favoritism, he wasn't lying.
At all.
Like he just was, he wasn't lying at all. Everything that this man, that was the biggest reason he had the issue with Danny, is because I know you only got this because you hunching Tony.
Mm-hmm.
There is no other reason why. And I understand him being upset. I understand him, and I'm not saying that he was right in what he said to Danny, but he wasn't lying.
Yeah. He
You know
had
what
the
I'm saying? He
case.
wasn't. He definitely did. Definitely did it. Even like them going and speaking to the
Chocolate.
HR representatives, or
Oh,
she's
that's my
speaking to
favorite.
them
Mm-hmm.
about certain
I
things.
know.
It doesn't seem like
With
they
whipped cream.
oppose dating on the job,
Yeah.
but you carry yourself with decorum when you're dating someone on your job. And just a personal story, should I call it dating? He wasn't my man. I'll say it that way. He wasn't my man, but we were engaging, and no one knew.
Mm.
No one ever knew because why? When I went to work, we're at work. Now I would
Yeah.
speak to him like I would speak to everyone else. I didn't linger too long. I didn't do anything out of the ordinary that would get people to be like, um, no. And so when I was no longer working there and someone saw us together, it was like, wait a minute, right? Because that was my workplace. I don't bring that to the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
Danny and Tony, and even if my job didn't have an issue with it, I didn't want if anything was given to me, I got it on my own merit, not because I'm hunching so and so.
Right.
Like so that whole thing with Danny, it's like it's the way you like play the game. That was my thing. If you gonna play the game, nobody should have known y'all was hunching, and y'all go in
Well,
this office.
ain't no well, she said. Well, Tony did start the relationship admitting to eavesdropping on her phone calls enough to know her friends and their partners' names. So did we
He
miss
did,
a
and
red
even with
flag,
that,
Allie? Did we miss that Tony was simple from the damn jump? And
well, well, this is what I will say. I thought it was. This is what I thought initially when that whole thing came out. I said, you listened to her conversations and you still wanted to be with her? That's where I was coming from. Like, that's even worse. You literally heard. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. Danny don't talk about nothing meaningful or beneficial.
at all.
Like her conversations are very elementary. And I'm thinking you heard that and your interest was still sparked to want to get to know Danny on an intimate level after hearing her conversations. How?
How, sir?
So that's how I felt. So I thought, I'm like, you just trying to slide up in there. But then when what was that, season 7 opened up, it was like the way that he was presented then was like, I could overlook the
Caramel
fact that you
sauce.
were,
Chocolate drizzle.
listening to her conversations because you do seem like you genuinely care about this woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but you do. And I could rock with that. And that's how I really felt about Tony. He's still my favorite out of the new additions that have come, to the show. I just feel like Tony was just extremely zealous in what he wanted and how he wanted to see Danny. And I believe who he wants her to be, she just would never be. It's not her. It's just not her. But,
Can we can
he
we
just,
sit there for a moment though? Because
mm,
let Daniela tell it. Tony
girl.
has all of these plans for her that are so outside of her. He's trying to build a bitch. He's trying to build a batch. He's trying to build her to be something that she's not. And I struggle with every time that she has this rhetoric of like, girl, who convinced you that you weren't shit? And why are you sticking to the script? Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. I think I felt that way for a moment. And then I did, because I have to get to a place with Danny where I'm not just irritated by her
Hmm.
because she goes from and she even did this with Preston, like, I know there are some things within myself I have to work on. What are those things? Because then you get with a man like Tony who presented therapy to you, and then when you get deeper into your therapy and then you're now starting to learn some of your traumas, you're blaming him for using
Sober
your
thoughts.
traumas
Okay.
against you when
Wow.
he's
I
never
like the
done
sound of
that.
that.
So it's like,
You
Danny,
know,
what is
you
really
should be
going on?
terrified.
Like I don't
Oh,
we don't get a lot from the character other than you're trying to change me. I don't want to be that person. That's not who I am. Well, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Because the perspective I have of you is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are comfortable with being mediocre. you are comfortable with allowing your friends to take, to
Hey, it's
basically
like I'm getting
take
to know
care
a
of you.
whole new
You never
Danny.
have.
Yeah,
You can never
that
say, hey,
or
y'all, when we go out,
we end
I
up
got
on
it
the
this time.
evening
You're not
news.
that friend. I'm not saying that,
An Atlanta woman.
everybody's situation is different, but Danny spends her money on weed and alcohol. So we know where her funds are going.
Mm-hmm.
Yet you get this big behind settlement and you didn't deserve it. And you try to take this man's job in the process,
At all.
knowing he got two kids.
At all. And then still gets a ring
Mm-mm.
behind that. He
You're-
come proposing after she gets awarded some money like she didn't assault her damn coworker and she wasn't suspended for assaulting her coworker. And you still go buy her ring.
He
Child.
go back for me. I said, baby, I didn't know a cup of cold coffee could bring that.
Child.
Flashing on somebody, get you a ring, girl. I said, baby, I'm sorry, Tony. And even that felt place.
Mm.
Even that felt out of place. I did not believe it. I don't believe he loves her like that. I think he genuinely does care about
Is behind
Danny,
bars this
but to be
evening
his
for
wife, absolutely not.
stabbing her man in the eye
No.
with a fork.
And how long you had this ring?
Hello. They
Like
gonna
you're
have
going
to
through
connect.
mediation.
They gonna have to connect some things in season 9 because I,
They have
I
to.
I don't see it. We have struggled with why Danny this entire time. Danny has struggled with honestly why Danny because when you even
Hmm.
think about her rhetoric around you want me to be somebody that I'm not, that also screams why me? Why promotion for me? Why healthy relationship for me? Why dates in the daytime and not just hooking up? Why me? Why, like that's what that screams to me. You want it to
Yeah.
be so bad that this man is looking down upon you when he has, at least in his delivery, bare minimum in his delivery, has never had that energy or intention on any of the words that he has said to you when trying to bestow blessings upon you. And
That's true.
we got the Daniela character rebutting a man showing up and being a man while women in real life are fighting for their damn lives online because men trying to still push 50-50 and do this and do that and carry the damn buck. Zac is down at the damn duplex not doing a damn thing while Fatima's pregnant ass goes and gets the bacon, comes home and fries it up, and your ass is over there at your studio apartment crying about getting a promotion that your ass don't deserve and a man that's trying to take care of you. What the hell is happening here?
Oh, that cracked me up.
But that's your
Yeah.
girl. Your girl is over at the duplex, going to get the bacon, bringing that shit home and frying it up. And you over here screaming and hollering and kicking because the man is trying. We have lost the plot. We have lost the fucking plot.
Oh my God. We have lost it. We have lost it. You that was so funny what you just said. Your girl Tima, as you so eloquently call her, she over there going to work every day pregnant while she leaves her man home every day. And the best he
Pregnant,
could do is have
failing law school, and
tacos.
going to work.
And yeah. And all she got to show for is some Zaccos. That's it. Not a steak, not no potatoes, steak and sweet potatoes, steak and asparagus. Tacos. Ground beef.
And a missing child. She got his Rocco's in an Amber Alert.
You know, baby, that grass ain't greener, honey. And you
Daniela,
complain about a
please.
man.
Daniela, please.
Okay. A man who want to see you do
You
better,
could
put
be
you in a
up in that
position to do
damn
better.
studio with Tony coming in, just lost his job, fresh off of you getting his job gone, looking for you to cook up something in the fridge that never has no goddamn food in it, asking you to float him while he figure it out. You could be experiencing that, but no, you're asking $75,000, assault charges drop, rings, and still able to have a fridge with no fucking food in it and weed a plethora.
Mm-hmm.
Daniela, please.
Mm-hmm.
Daniela,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. I'm just, and then the way the writers, I ain't gonna let y'all off on this one. The way that the writers did in episode 21, that's when he proposed, and she was like, "Let me look at that ring again." That's how their last scene ended. Then the season finale, she's talking to Sabrina, telling Sabrina, I never thought that me and Tony would be here, and I never thought my relationship would be where it is. I said, "Baby girl, where is it?" Because episode 21, I'm thinking y'all was a bit shaky, even with this proposal. You literally laughed at this man when he got on his knees to propose to you, and y'all relationship is in a good place.
Girl.
I what writers what
What?
absolute horrible. I was so lost. I'm like literally in the midst of watching the season finale. I had to quickly on my laptop go look at their scenes in episode 21 because I said I know I'm not crazy. They didn't end on no great note, and this is the next day. I said I can't do it.
All right, so
I
where
can't.
we're at with the believability of Danny and her
Child.
storyline this season, and specifically Danny and the toniness of it all.
I just didn't believe it, Erica. I didn't believe it. I I understood. I did believe the fact when Danny had her panic attack and she was
Mm.
blaming Tony for being the source of it, and she just needed some space, and he left her alone. He didn't want to be the real, and I think that Tony does love her enough to grant her whatever it was that she was asking. I believe that aspect of their journey of season 8. But when we got to like toward the latter end of the fact that okay, yes, you were suspended without pay, you're going through mediation. He's someone that is directly affected by this. It don't seem like y'all were together in these 4 weeks. So we had that 4 week jump. It doesn't seem like y'all have really been on the same page. He comes to your house after you get the $75,000 agreement, and he proposes to you. Completely unbelievable to me.
Completely. Completely.
Completely unbelievable.
Full stop.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no. What about you? How did you? Even before we got to the end of their journey in season 8, along the journey from episode 1 of season 8 to maybe episode 19, when we really got into the thick of this, he's trying to change me. Um, how, did you believe Danny in those moments?
No. The realest thing that I believed or trusted with Danny was her unpacking the walls and the defense mechanisms that she had built up for survival. Everything outside of that, that's it. Because even in that moment, she was at least taking some accountability. She understood that she had these very real feelings, but it was less about putting off the responsibility of those feelings onto everybody else or specifically Tony, but like taking some type of accountability for whatever her jaded mindset is, her past experiences, and her always waiting for the other shoe to drop and maybe even thinking less of herself, also being a full factor in her perception of this relationship. And then they had that for like what 2 or 3 episodes, and then she completely abandoned it and went back to complete and utter like scapegoating
Mm-hmm.
Tony for everything that's going on in her life. So for the most part, all of Danny's storyline in season 8 was unbelievable. It wasn't grounded in nothing real, and it still isn't. You're going to accept the proposal from a man who you believe vehemently wants you to be somebody that you're not. Why? You're talking to
Mm-hmm.
your homegirl about you never thought y'all was going to be here. Well, let's talk about you never thought that you would get married, not that you never thought that you would be here with this particular man, because it's already been proven that you're not necessarily sure about this man because you believe this man thinks that you're supposed to be somebody that you don't believe that you're supposed to be. Your foundation
That's
is
a fact.
stop. But like, let's
That's a
unpack
fact.
that. But we ain't going to do that. Again, the pockets
Yeah,
of the story that we ain't going to actually punch into. Completely unbelievable.
yeah. I totally agree. Totally agree.
Whew.
Lord,
I don't want to go here because when I go here, I'm going.
the crayon is not the brightest.
But also, I love her, or I used to love her way more than I did, but I want to still love her. But this feels like I'm about to rip her ass a new one. So I don't want to do it, but it needs to be done. Sabrina and this damn sperm donor
You
journey.
want you want to take the lead on that one?
Ellie, now that it's all said and done, they got us. I'm not even gonna hold you. A couple times they got us along the way, and they pulled you into it. Rich in the sickle cell trait, genius. Uh,
Yes.
Rich in the was this in season 7 though? The condom was that season 7?
I think that was season 7.
Damn, that was in season 7. But the desperate for my sperm that was in season 8.
Yes. Mhm.
Various things, great things for the story. But when you look back at it as a cohesive unit, it literally just created Rich's Broadway. And he just loves a theatrical ass storm out. We're going to create as many scenes as possible for Rich's ass to walk out and Sabrina to feel away and go running after him. I will never, ever, ever, fingers crossed, advocate for a woman to run after a man. We do not run after bands. We don't. Maybe good men that we might have done something wrong with. Maybe when we made a mistake, we gonna definitely own our but when there's a band present, you let that man run out of your life and keep running. Do you need me to help you lace your shoes up, ho, before you run out this time? Because make sure you stay gone. When I think about the Sabrina in the sperm donor journey, which is heavily built on Rich's back this season, when we had Dominique waiting in the wings, we had Calvin popping up because Calvin just wants to pop up. Those men could have also been used to fulfill this potential story, which seemed like such a great story for this character in particular. It is underserved, and she was underused, and Rich was overused just so that we could watch this goofy ass man throw temper tantrums while also being disloyal, disrespectful, and utterly disgusting. I don't give a damn how fine you are, Rich. F you. You're a clown. And now I know why you were divorced. I don't even know why your wife married you to begin with. I know she is cursing the day that she ever married your weak ass. Like, what? I feel like the Sabrina storyline pisses me off even more than the Danny storyline because I actually give a shit about Sabrina.
Yeah, I agree with that. When I say, and as I stated, this is the most I've ever talked to black men about sisters. And
Mm.
it is disheartening the reason why I'm having so many conversations with black men about sisters surrounding this particular storyline. And just like talking
Just
to a
told you.
lot of men,
That
I'm
probably
not
means
putting all
everything is
men, but a
done.
lot of men, is that they just overlook the facts. Men like to say, we're very logical. We think, no, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. And even going with this, Sabrina, and I agree with what you said. I was actually, when I knew this was coming, I was so looking forward to this storyline, which I think this was probably my most favorite storyline for season 8. I had high hopes, but then again, you know who we dealing with, so you gotta bring those hopes down a little bit. With Rich and Sabrina, it was always going to be another man. It was always going to be someone else's sperm, and Rich was fine with that. That's one of the main facts that the men that I have been engaging with, they forget. It was always going to be somebody else. It wasn't until Rich changed his mind when Dominique was showing some interest in Sabrina, as you stated. He's dramatic as hell. He burst into her appointment, damn near got his penis hanging out his pants, because if anybody's going to give their sperm to Sabrina, it's going to be him, not this clown. So he loves a great entrance and a great exit. He absolutely loves it. Now all of a sudden you want to be a father, you want to be a dad. Okay, great. Then we get the sickle cell storyline, which I thought was absolutely brilliant, and I was
Yeah.
so proud of them for implementing that into the show. And I understood Rich being nervous, scared, uncertain, confused. I think all of those emotions were warranted. The doctor did a great job at calming him down. You just a carrier of the trait. You don't have it. She had to say that about 5 times. And I get it. You get this news. Your mind is going every which way. Okay, great. Then we turn into, now that, I feel, before we get to that, I'm a viable person. You gaslight the hell out of Sabrina. You call her desperate. You were desperate for my sperm. The day of her appointment, you show up to her house, you see Dominique there, and you act a plum fool on the day that she's supposed to be calm, cool, and collected because she got a procedure to do. You didn't give a damn. And so for me, things with Rich was starting to show within those moments. I'm like, Rich exalts what he
Well, your sperm
wants,
count is
his
fine.
desires,
Unfortunately, they won't
above
be able to use
what's
your
best for
sample to
him and
fertilize this.
Sabrina as a unit. And
Mhm.
I know me and you was like, this ain't the man for you, sis. This ain't the one that you need to bring life forth with. He's just not the one, and he proved that. And he showed that time and time again. And did I believe it could get worse? I didn't, but did it? Damn it, it did.
I
We
knew it
we
was
go
gonna get
from that
worse.
to
That's why
I
I've
mean,
been
it was gonna
screaming that
get
men
bad.
like him are dangerous. I
They
knew
are,
it
and
could
they
get
are,
worse.
and he is. Then we get into the ghosting
Holland's eggs.
because I'm like, this
Why
one
not?
the 4 weeks wasn't even
Are
the
you sure
first
you wouldn't
time he
want to
ghosted
discuss this
Sabrina.
in
Hello.
private?
He ghosted Sabrina before. And what she does, run into him. What are you doing? Every time that Rich was upset, even when he made the statement about her being desperate for his sperm, it was her who, baby, you know that's not what I meant. But first of all, you embarrassed the hell out of me in this restaurant, and you
Hello.
embarrassed me in front of my friend and her man, and I'm sitting up here trying to soothe you. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
Sabrina, you're not a pick me. Please don't be that. Please don't be that
Please,
woman.
for the love
Please
of
don't be her.
God.
Yes, please don't be her. Please don't be her, sis. And then we get a moment of Sabrina, I'm gonna take my life back, my power back. I knew that was gonna be short lived. I just knew it. I just knew it. And then we see her go after him again. She go on her trip, comes back, and she got to deal with this gaslighting bastard. You have ignored me for a whole month.
Sorry to barge in like this, Mama said it
Another
was all right.
It's
major
fine, yeah. You
fact
come in.
that men just forget.
Friendly reminder.
He
Brookhaven
ignored this
Bacon.
woman for a whole month. Erica, I don't know about you. Family in the chat, I don't know about you. But if we in a relationship and you ghost me for a month, baby, guess what? I'm acting like I'm single because I am. Ain't no way in hell, my
Heavy on
man.
I am. Hell,
I
after
am.
4 weeks, you better be lucky I even know you exist anymore, ho.
Okay.
Be
I don't
clear.
even understand that. I don't even. I can't
But I'm a
even.
Gemini.
I
I'm
couldn't
just
even grasp
saying.
that. You know, I can't even grasp
Wearing
that.
office job.
And the way my mind work is,
Sorry.
oh, I ain't gonna go there. But we broke it up. You won't have the luxury. Number one, how you come into my house unannounced and uninvited, and then you tell me, no, I'm still, you still my girl, and I still love you, baby. I'm not your girl, and love don't live here anymore. Trust me, baby. Love is gone. Love is gone. I'm just trying to get us back to where we was. Where were we? Because the last
Where
time
were
I
we?
checked, I didn't exist to you.
Last time I checked, I was in Turks and Caicos, and I'm going back.
Okay,
Where we?
okay.
Where were we? You want to get us
And
back?
this
Where were
time,
we?
it ain't no business trip.
Oh,
What, Alicia? What that mean? Whatever you wanted to mean. And I know me. I'm a play on your psyche type chick in my old days. I'm changed, but that
mm.
was me all the way. I want you to think whatever you want to think. I ain't gonna confirm nor deny
And I'm still
whatever you
trying to
wanted to
figure out
mean
why are you here. You wouldn't even be able to cross the threshold. As soon as you
at
cracked
all.
that door open, you were lucky that nothing wasn't coming towards you. Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
Baby, Calvin, wait a minute. Whatever was close to me that I could find to throw,
Will be
it would have been
thrown.
thrown. It would have been thrown. And baby, you a good target because you tall and bald. Oh baby, you was gonna get hit. You was gonna get hit. I got good aim. You was gonna get hit.
And
But yeah,
Calvin,
just
if
the
you was coming back
gaslighting.
for Sabrina, you need a little bit more rah rah with you. This is part of the problem. This is part of the problem.
Can we talk about that for just a brief moment? When you do something, and this is me, because if I do something that causes an offense, my apology, what I'm going to do is going to be just as loud as the action that I did that caused the issue between you and I. For Calvin to leave and be gone for 6 months, I'm going to need you not to show up in that monotone voice. Well, Sabrina, she was just using me. I don't give a damn.
She turned me
Care?
into her
He's
sex
trying to bring
slave.
her up to me.
Can you believe it? The white woman turned me into her sex slave.
Sure can.
I haven't heard a thing yet that I'm supposed to give a damn about. What does this have to do with me, Calvin?
Nothing. Or nothing. Okay.
Do we think that that's
I
what he
was
back
wrong. That was
for?
on me. I don't know, but if he is back for that, he did. But you know what? That goes to show with the character of Sabrina, they don't feel she deserves much.
Mmm.
They don't feel they don't feel she deserves much because they've been playing with Sabrina for a very long time. They've been playing with Sabrina since season one with this whole Calvin thing. I ain't forget the time when he got drunk and was rough with her and called her a B and a hoe and you like a roughneck. You like
Yeah.
I ain't forget that because
Yeah.
that's how you felt. That's how you felt. This woman done seen you come out your bedroom butt ass naked, you and the little snow bunny. Since you like white women,
Him with the
I ain't got
snow
no problem
bunny.
with that.
Dr.
Yeah, but
Umar
every
said
woman
if
you
it's
get
snowing, we ain't going. And look at Calvin's ass running gleefully.
right there. So I'm like, so every woman that you like outside of Sabrina is white and do the things sexually that you enjoy. Because that was the biggest thing with Sabrina. She just wasn't comfortable with some of the sexual things that Calvin brought to the table. And I'm one of those people where, and I think those have to be. This is why I'm an advocate for before you have sex with a person, talk to them about their sexual
Mm-hmm.
likes, dislikes, turn-ons, turn-offs. Because a lot of, and I can only speak because I'm a woman, because a lot of men feel what they did with that previous chick, they can do with you. Well, I'm not her.
Yep.
And what she like, I may not like it. So we gonna have a conversation because I'm gonna ask you like, what are your just absolute no's? Because I might want to do something that's an absolute no to you, and I may just do it without your consent. No, I need to know those things before we take it to that level. So with Sabrina and Calvin, to me, they were just doing from the beginning. When he took out her vibrator and
Ah!
had her do what she did, she was so uncomfortable, but she did it anyway. And I thought that was like that needed to be a deeper discussion because unfortunately a lot of women do things sexually that they are uncomfortable with.
Coercion is real, even when you're in a relationship.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And I'm like, y'all just and I'm like, y'all be playing with Sabrina. She has every right to not do something that he wants to do. Why did she do it? And she was uncomfortable with. So I don't like how they play with her like that. In the same way, I don't like how Andy is the woman, the character that keeps getting assaulted. Everybody wants
Mm.
to put their hands on this woman. When it comes to Sabrina, she gets and Sabrina's not perfect. She done did some wild stuff too. But it's like when it comes to those kind of things, she really got pressured by Calvin to lean into what he wanted. And when she didn't, he went to the white women. And yet you want to come back? I just no. You want to came in my house. So I don't know what the hell he came back for. I don't really care. I hope he's not coming back. I really hope he's not coming back.
Um, Child, on to the last and final sister,
Girl, this help.
Andrea Barnes, and I guess her professional advancement was her storyline this season, even though it felt very rushed
Mm-hmm.
and crammed into the last 6 episodes of her like trajectory and fighting back. And Miss Marie, go get your job back, girl. Oh,
Yeah.
thoughts, because all I got is concepts of thoughts when it comes to Andrea Barnes. Like sorrows,
Oh.
prayers. I don't know, girl.
um, Andy is one of the characters this season that just irritated the hell out of me. Her and Danny both had this air of I don't deserve it, but I'm still gonna fight to get it, kind of
And you're
thing.
wrong for standing in my way if you are
And
going to
you're
stand in my
wrong
way.
for standing in my way. I'm gonna treat the man who I claim I love like crap. The way that Andy went about this season and trying so hard to be managing partner
You wanted to talk
to
to
me
me. I'm
made no
here.
sense to
What
me.
do you
You
want to talk
haven't
about?
been at
Oh,
this law
I
firm
was
for a
hoping we
good
could
two
discuss where
years.
we stand.
Now that you probably just made a year because I had to go back and do my research when the show premiered. Andy had only been at that was her second case when she won that big settlement for that woman with the divorce. That was only her second case.
And
She
I
had
thought she had
literally
been there
just
for
got the
2
job.
months.
I think it could have been 2 months, but that was her second case. So it's like you ain't really been doing a whole lot. And as you so eloquently love to state, the majority of her cases have been for her felon ass friends. So you ain't really been bringing no money other than that lady, Aaron, and Miss Marie. I don't know what other paying clients you've had. To be perfectly honest, and you got Aaron through Karen.
Ooh.
Miss Marie, you won that because of Maurice. You ain't really won a case on your own merit, sis. But you want to be managing partner? You don't
You okay?
deserve it. You just literally
I'm
don't
just
deserve it.
fine.
And getting this
Need your
treatment from Miss Marie, I understand encouraging, young black sisters and and making us feel like we could do anything, and I get that. But at the same time, I want it to be represented. When you want something, you work hard for it. You don't go and try to coerce. You don't go and try to put the hammer down on people to give you something that you haven't rightfully earned yet. You may be a great lawyer. It made me think about the movie Drumline. You may be the best, but nobody hears you out there. We're a band. We're a band. Same thing. We are a unit. Yeah, you may be a great divorce lawyer, and I don't even give you that. But you are a part of a prestigious law firm. Just keep working. Just keep working at it because you only have had a few cases.
Yep.
And half of your cases ain't even been you had 3 divorce cases. Miss Marie, the lady in the beginning, and Aaron. And he did all the work for you. All he needed you to do was go
Don't
and
forget
file
the
it.
other one, Allie. Four.
Which
Gary
one?
Marshall Borders.
I forgot about Jasmine.
You done had 4
And
cases
she
in your
did
damn specialty
4
outside of
cases.
your felon ass friends, and now you
Yeah.
down here at the law firm with Batgirl hollering about give me my managing partnership with the little ghetto girl ass billionaire Miss Marie by your side. Andre Barnes, please. Please.
Yes. Yeah. I forgot about that one. And you couldn't even carry that out because Leslie had to go and bring up the pictures of you and Gary out here frolicking around Atlanta. I
Andrea.
said, girl, you.
Andrea.
State me. Effective immediately.
Look at him. Batgirl and dummy.
Oh my God.
They're never living down and they let Fatima walk through this law firm with a bag and she still have a job.
Thank
They're
you,
never
Miss
living
Wilson.
down for me. Ever.
Effective
Yeah.
immediately.
Ever.
I agree.
And I mean
And
it.
make good on your word.
I agree. And then she put hands on Robin. When I say put hands, she grabbed him and pulled him. Take it easy, take it easy. Girl, who you touching?
Who are you touching, honey?
This is my firm. This is my baby. You're disposable. I could get
Baby.
another you.
In
I
a
mean, in the words of
minute.
Beyonce, I can have another you in a minute.
In a minute.
In a minute, honey.
In a
Baby,
minute.
give me that resume. Call him. Come on. Set up the interview. They hired already, but set
And
up the
make sure
interview.
that the next one is not failing law school. But back to Andre Barnes.
Girl, but yeah, and then Robin, Lord, my baby.
The way they had to make fetch happen with this,
Yeah. And y'all know I've been against it. But even more now, I've been against it. I never thought that Robin was a horrible person. I didn't believe that he was so enamored and in love with Andy. And then the way that this man bent over, literally, from the moment he has come into this story, he has done so many things for Zac, for Fatima. Anything that Andy asked him to do, he has done professionally. He has bent over backwards to help this woman, and the audacity of Andy to compare him to Gary, the audacity of Andy to slap this man. You fired him for being your representation. He actually came for you to be a lawyer, baby. All your sisters were strong in that damn integration room, but you about to have a nervous breakdown. Even Karen and 2 babies stood
10 toes.
Can I go now?
I got business to attend to. I know y'all wouldn't know nothing about that.
Facts. I gotta go to work. Can I go now? And she left. Everybody else, Danny holding strong. Sabrina, she was a little timid, but I love my friends. I would do anything for my friends. But she held it together. You about to have a breakdown, and this is your lane. If Robin didn't come in when he did, you would have believed everything that homeboy was belling. No, that ain't his name. I can't think of his name right now. But you would have believed everything the FBI boy was telling
Wyatt.
you. Why? Thank you. Why you lawyer and you the weakest link up here. Thank God for Robin. But this the way that Andy treated this man was just so preposterous. It was so demeaning and so disrespectful. And he couldn't even believe it. He was like, "Am I being punked?" No, baby, you're not.
She mean it.
You're not being punked.
She
She means
said what she
exactly what
said.
she just said. She don't do she but let it go. Now we have the 4 week jump, and now all of a sudden you're gonna miss him. You kiss it on him, girl. Go to hell for real. Bump the empty pool. We ain't doing it. I can't do empty pools tonight. Go to hell, Andy. Because the way you treated this man out, he has done so much for you is wild. And Andy always have an attitude with the people who has helped her.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing to me. You got an attitude with Robin. I'm bringing up old stuff. You had an attitude with Karen when you were the one who didn't tell her about that picture that was floating around talking about she owe you a damn apology. Girl, please. Please, Andy. It's just amazing how she get knuckle she buck with other people,
Hello.
but with Gary, you ain't got no knuck a buck in you.
At all. Took you 5
None.
seasons to break away, dragged everybody to hell and back, and took everybody edges with you. And it took a failed ass congressman in a new wig. You could not find no kind of knuck if you buck for Gary's ass over the course of 5 seasons, 6 seasons.
Yes.
Spent the
Yes.
first 3 crying. I know he's married, but he's mine. Andrea, please.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't get it. I don't. I don't get it with Andy. I just don't. I just want to see her. If y'all gonna tell us she's a good lawyer, please let us see her functioning as a good lawyer. We have
Child.
yet to see that. We have yet to see that. Mm-mm.
Period.
No.
You got her wearing every badass suit you can possibly find down at the women's suit shop.
Yeah.
Just let
Yeah.
her do the damn law.
Just
And
let
let
her do it.
everything else happen around her. Happen in consequence of her being at the law firm. We gotta watch
Yeah.
Zac run down to the law firm with bagels and croissants that he eats and don't even let Fatima eat. But we can't watch Andy litigate cases.
That is a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. Yeah.
So where is she at on the believability meter this
Girl,
season?
she on the bottom of the totem pole. She at the very damn bottom of the totem pole.
Whew.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't
No,
believe you.
no,
We need
sis.
more people.
No, sis. You done. You done, sis.
A Noel says, I was so happy to see Robin come back, but now, my love, get on the plane, leave the shenanigans behind. Period. If this is they brought you back for, they could have kept it. Hey,
They could
PB
have
Laws,
kept it.
welcome in, boo.
Hey, love.
PB Laws says, as soon as I get on here, y'all going off on Andy, some things will never change. Ever. Some things will never change.
Oh my god. He just can't. Andy is a character, like literally, dog. Andy is a character where there's very few episodes Andy has made me so happy. And then I promise you, 3 minutes later, I'm yelling at her.
Mm-hmm.
I can literally count on my hands. And I know specifically what those episodes are. I think it was season 5, episode 1, where it was in that bad white suit, told Gary, we're done.
Oh,
Say it,
yeah,
repeat
yeah,
it
yeah.
after
In
me.
Hayden's office.
Repeat it.
Right.
Girl, yes, and they both been up crying. They both been up crying. What happened? 30 minutes later, she is hunching Gary in the penthouse. I said, Andy, what happened? The episode where she went off on Maurice. Went off on Maurice when he was in jail at far, how he was talking to Sabrina, which it was very deserving. It was overdue. 30 minutes later, you are doing something else to piss me off. I said, Andy, but I can't win. Every time I try to choose you, every time, you show me why I shouldn't. Because you mess it up every single time.
Every last one. Ain't no else said, how many screen minutes did the board get this season in comparison to Aaron? Ain't no
Oh my
you
God.
already know we pissed off.
You,
You already know we pissed off. Cause
Oh
not the
my
board
God.
having more screen time. Y'all had this group of raggedy white men who magically in the Sistas universe ain't scared of a black ass woman with a bat. Y'all gave them more minutes than y'all gave the best man to enter the Sistas group chat that we have ever seen.
Yes.
Y'all could go to hell for that.
Yes. Well, ain't no way to put it like that. Yes, because we saw that board, I believe, in 21 episodes. Every last episode. I think I think he went in only in one episode this season. We saw that board 21 times. Absolutely ridiculous.
Everything got more screen time than Aaron, and I'm mad about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell,
They really be
Trey
playing
was
it.
neck and neck. Trey was neck and neck to get more screen
That's
time this
true.
season than Aaron.
That's true.
It's ghetto, y'all. It's so ghetto. Alrighty. We didn't took forever to take on
We did.
the plots. We were supposed to be doing character report calls. We might gotta push that to another time, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if we need to do what were they thinking. We got a segment for what were they thinking the most illogical moments. We talked about the 75,000. We didn't talk ad nauseum about Fatima bringing this bat. Fatima bringing that fucking bat.
And then when they asked her what was the bat for, aesthetics. What? Aesthetics?
Aesthetics.
Audrey,
I said that's a
this
threat
how
right
we
there.
Conduct ourselves
Hello.
at partner
Aesthetics?
meetings now. I thought you informed.
But it's like you stated, you got this room full of white men who is now faced with 3 black women standing before them. One is carrying a bat, and now I believe she was dressed in all black, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
It's a very intimidating moment. Y'all didn't think to call security? Like, let's be for real in this moment here. I understand y'all want us to believe they could go in and do it. It's just, stop it.
Stop.
Stop it.
Imagine what
No.
our world would look like if black people could walk around with bats to emphasize and show aesthetic, and then the white people on the receiving end of said aesthetic being shown to them says, you know what? Because you got that bat, I'ma listen. You really must mean it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. That's what that man said. Well, it must be something serious that you got a bet. I want to hear. You want to hear? I said, okay. I can't. No.
You want to hear? Exactly, Allie.
Benson,
You want to hear,
the
sir.
woman wouldn't make this type of
Sir.
arrangements without something.
Mm-mm. No. It was just so unbelievable. What's the bet for? Aesthetics. I would never get over that. I would never get over that. I'm just like, wow, this is like, I said, Fatima is really acting as if she runs something when you are literally an assistant, ma'am. You are a legal secretary.
Yes,
I don't get it. Like,
Thug Team is still at it.
she's still at it, sis. She's still at it.
While
She ain't changed.
not actually doing thug activities. If y'all gonna have her be Thug Tima, I need people rolling up to the house. I need her getting out this damn law firm. If you gonna be Madam Second in Command, be Madam Second in Command. Otherwise, leave Madam and all of her shenanigans, all of her goons, all of her ways of handling it to her. Are you a suburban wife who's pregnant, raising somebody else's kid that you stole from them, or are you not?
Baby, they don't want to have that conversation. They ain't ready for that. They not ready for that because the truth be told, you purchased Michael. You gave Heather some money to get her out the way. For what? That piece I ain't gonna lie to you, Erica. That pissed me off to the utmost every time I think about it. Because when I think about what stories could have been told
Mm-hmm.
if Heather was still a presence on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, my lord. And then, like you said, you bring her back to the law firm with the white people, but you go over to Tamara and you gotta call Madam. Who are you? Let me ask you this, because I thought about this, and I think I said in one of my videos. Do you think them having Fatima and Madam cousins? Now on All the Queens, me and Madam is Madam, but do you think it waters down her reputation for her being so easily accessible to
Yes.
Fatima and having her
Yes.
like that? That's how I feel.
Yes.
That's how I feel. I'm like it takes away from it because I don't see Madam doing that.
Especially
I,
with
I just really
Fatima
don't.
not, we don't ever see Fatima reciprocating. Madam on her show be in hot water. She don't ever call Fatima for help, an alibi, a ride, a
Mm-hmm.
nothing. But you so tight that she's gonna pick up every single time, even though there's times when she don't answer the phone for Blue. There's times when she's screening Carla's
Facts.
call, and Carla's in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Carla blown up her phone when
Mm-hmm.
Trouble in them got taken and whatnot. Like, but Fatima gets her every single time, and she don't have to
Right.
do nothing. Yeah, it's watering it down. 100%.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel too. Cause I'm like, Andy still owes Madam a favor. When she gon' cash in on that?
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, just don't ever bring up Madam name again, please. I mean, I know it's probably still gonna happen, but it takes away from it.
Yeah. Maybe that could be it. I have a bunch of things, but clearly we ain't gonna get to all of them. Maybe we just do the character report cards,
Okay.
and that could be how we
We still
finish
got
this
50.
out.
We still got 50. We still got 54. And I think the thing about the live, regardless of how long it is, people can listen to it in increments.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They can listen to it in increments or whatever.
I'm worried that was getting so long. Um.
Girl.
All right. So we going to grade the characters, y'all, based off of consistency, growth, storyline qualities, and then the overall for season 8. Well, that's going to provide the overall A through F, but we're going to do the little metrics 1 through 10. And we're going to
Yeah.
adjust based off the storylines that the characters actually have. So there will be some tailoring to each character. And
Mm-hmm.
we got
Mm-hmm.
to start with the queen. And I said it, I'm not changing it. I said what I said. The
Yes,
queen,
ma'am.
Miss Karen.
Yes.
Based off of her growth this season, based off of her relationship development with Aaron, based off of her business success. Each one of those, what we rating? What we rating her for growth this season?
Baby, I'm just gonna show Karen getting a 10 all the way down for me. I know people gonna say I'm biased. I know people gonna have something to say, but Karen gets a 10 all the way down for me.
Okay.
Overall grade is an A. And I'm gonna be very, very, very short and why I say that. And like you said, they have to be tailored to what we were presented with each character. Karen's growth this season to me has been remarkable. And I kind of stated the things in the beginning as far as professionally and personally, the things that we were able to see her do, and it didn't take long for her to do it. I love the fact how she put herself out there with Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I don't even know if he's dating someone. I don't even know if he still want to be with me like that. But I know what I want, and I'm gonna do it. Even when she made the statement when she kissed him, he was like, "What was that about?" And she was like, "This. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing." Like just us seeing her be the person that's taking the lead, and we don't really see it because normally it's Aaron. He's the
Mm-hmm.
pursuer, and in this time, seeing Karen take that role a little bit, even though it was done very softly, and I think it was calculated because sis knew what she wanted, and I love the way that was. So watching her grow this season, um, I enjoyed it. I honestly did. Even like I said with Aaron, that was a beautiful thing. Even though we could have gotten more as far as dialogue is concerned,
Yeah.
but what we were able to see happen with them. This is how I feel. I want you. They had sex. Mama, I don't care what you want, baby. Aaron, you ain't got to go. You ain't got to go nowhere. And then seeing her being soft with him and seeing her, kiss him in the salon, and even when what the girl named Pam brought up the she was like, thank you. Like when Aaron know it, like you know it all. She was like, baby, you good. And I'm like, just her. It was Chef's kiss for me.
Yeah.
It was Chef's kiss for me. I love seeing them together, and even though the writers played us, it's just certain things you can't deny. Kevin and Ebony have amazing chemistry, and it just shines regardless.
It really does. And I
It
think
really do.
what enhances or like really backs up the A's and tens across the board, because I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you, is that she had the least amount of screen time minutes to do the growth that she's done. We got to watch her um go through the process of like, I'm not going to be dating anybody. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm over Zach, but I'm not necessarily here with Aaron. Not doing too much to keep him at arm's length, but I'm also not overly doing it, to shifting into a place of, you know what, I actually do deserve happiness. I actually do want to be taken care of. I actually do want to be provided for. I actually do think that I deserve all of the things that Aaron was speaking to way back when we first actually met. I wonder if we could actually try that again. And then, not even being from a reactionary place, she like sat with it and she was like digesting it. We get to see the conversation with Miss Marie, and things unfolded in a way that the pacing just actually made sense with her in the business. It's like she was able to find a footing where she's able to be stern with Pam, but then she's also compromising and she's also adjusting. There's moments where we literally get to see her like, no, this ain't gonna work. Okay, wait a minute, Pam, tell me again. And all of that to me, I think, spoke to the growth of the Karen character and a really dope like blossoming of this beautiful flower that may have been dormant for quite a while. And it was always there, but she needed the right platform, the opportunity to actually display it. And I think season 8 was her quietly displaying the fruits of all of the work that she had done in previous seasons and all the anguish that she had experienced, and basically a lot of the lessons that came at the hands of so much of the negative drama that she had previously experienced. So I'm right there with you. I'm giving her a 10 for growth. um I'm giving her a 10 for the relationship development with Aaron, and not just because I wanted them to be together and they ended up together, but it actually progressed in a way where she took the onus on her, and it wasn't just all on him for them not working. And she understood that if they were going to happen, then she needed to actually take the lead, because he had already been doing all of the pursuing up until this point, and now he had fallen back as she had wanted, as she had claimed, as she had hollered about. So she took the steps that she actually needed to take. She did what she needed to do and was accountable. And then again, like with the business success, it's 100% on Karen's back, and she's handling it beautifully to be pregnant with twins. Definitely A
Yes,
plus. What y'all
absolutely.
think? Let me see in the chat. Valerie says a 10 or an A. A. Noel says 10s. Everybody give it an A plus.
Yes, yes.
Well, we all see each other. We in here together. We in here together.
We
Now, I didn't actually line it up this way, but it just happened to be this way. Next up, the nemesis. She's not really the nemesis, but Little Miss Fatima Wilson. We are judging her based on her involvement in other character storylines because she don't have her own. We are judging her on the discussion of her pregnancy portrayal, and we are examining all of her behaviors and actions. What you giving
Yes.
her, Allie?
Um, I give Fatima a D.
Wait, you got to give the
Oh,
numbers first.
overall. Oh, yeah, that's right. And okay, child, her involvement in other character storylines. I'm gonna give her a D. I mean, I'm gonna give her. Oh, we doing numbers. 2.
And why
No, 3.
two?
I'm gonna give her. I'm gonna give
Why?
her 3. Because what did she do? And I literally made a video. I released it yesterday, and I said, what exactly did Fatima do in season 8? Because the storyline with her being connected to Zach, he didn't have a storyline, so she didn't do nothing but just look at the board with him and eat his tacos. With Andy, she's still playing the bodyguard on my brain, this bad. I approve of you with Robin. Sorry, what? You approve, and the only reason why I gave her a 3, I was gonna give her a 1, but the only reason why I gave her a 3 because I could appreciate, even though she did show up to Karen's house unannounced, I could appreciate the conversation that they had.
Mm.
I could appreciate that. because I'm tired of seeing these two characters be at odds. When Karen went over there and her water broke, and Fatima was like, in my kitchen, I just felt Sis was nervous. Like I don't think that Fatima would ever do anything to hurt Karen in that way, in the state that she's in. And it was a cute moment. Do I prefer her going into labor there? Absolutely not. However, I'm not gonna tear apart that moment because I think it was cute. Because even Karen was like, well, the swollen ankles and all, and the fatigue. I hope this is not a part of your story. So just a little, it was cute for what it was, but that's it. Because Fatima ain't do nothing this season, so that's why I gave
I,
her a 3.
I'm with
That
you on
was my
that.
reason.
I'm with you on like either 3 or 4 as it pertains to that. And some people in the chat are saying 10 because she was so active in other people's storylines. But it's not necessarily about
Okay.
her being active. I'm giving her a 3 or 4 specifically because you were so involved with these people's stories arbitrarily. It feels so forced. It's not even really great stories. So you don't have a storyline yourself. And then the storyline that you have in minding other people's business is not a strong one that actually speaks to who you are as a character either and pushes your character forward. So it's just you doing a bunch of nothing for nothing to say that you did something, but you still did nothing. Yeah, you getting a 3. Because if you're gonna be a messy boots, if you're gonna be meddling in people's business, at least be a differentiating factor. At least be some type of force that impacts people in a way that either changes them, changes you, or changes you both. And you're not doing that. You ran down on Tamara, and what has actually shifted? If anything, maybe we're getting to see a little bit more gravitas or like her standing up to you, but like no growth has happened on your end. You keep calling Madam for this get out of jail free card or get a gangster to help you out real quick in a mundane matters card. It don't add to the story. It is not actually interesting. So many of her moments of like her running in with other characters or being so involved in other people's lives is annoying and unnecessary and trite. It is not actually adding anything to the overall story. And that's even specifically to Karen, because when they get to that part or when we get to those moments, she has no real consequences, she has no real feelings, she has no real nothing tied to any of those interactions. So then again, it's like, why are we here? Why are we watching it? Yeah, she gets a 3.
That's true. That's true. Her pregnancy portrayal 1.
What pregnancy?
1. Pregnancy 1. Because it appears that her and Zac forget that she's pregnant.
Yep.
Okay, that's all I got for that one. And her behaviors and her actions. I know I get coined. I say it all the time. I get coined being the person that don't like Fatima. I just don't like that Fatima doesn't do anything. I don't know how Fatima feels. I don't know how Fatima, like what her thought processing is in this moment. I don't know any of that. Her actions are deplorable.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, her actions, her behaviors are absolutely deplorable. Of that being a woman who is pregnant and for a woman who is the only source of income for her household. She doesn't move like that. Like she doesn't move as if the weight of the world, and according to her household, is on her shoulders because she has a partner who is not doing anything. So for that, absolutely 1 for me.
Yeah. Same. Her behaviors are diabolical for no damn reason. She's not
I'm
even
not
a
doing
real
this
villain.
with you, Fatima.
She's also not a real superhero.
I don't have time for no mess.
So all of it just falls flat.
Well, you better
it's
make
all
time.
so damn trite. We're over it. We're done eating up the propaganda, the big Tima, the thug Tima, the Fatima holic propaganda. We're done.
Please.
Turned off.
Give her something to do, please.
That's meaningful. So overall,
Yes.
what is she getting for this season as a character?
A D. D minus.
I think that's fair. I think a D is fair. It could be an F.
D minus.
It could be
an F.
It
really could. It could. It could. I'm gonna give her a D. Give her a D minus.
Oh, Miss Sabrina. We're gonna discuss her
Lord.
relationship. We're ranking her relationship on a scale of 1 to 10. Her relationship with Rich. Her
1.
sperm donor decision and its implication, and her friendship dynamics.
A relationship with Rich is a 1. Briefly, because why the hell, sis? I don't know why you want him. I don't know why you like him, other than the fact that he, gives good penis. I guess I don't know why she
And,
wants to
and
be
then
with
I'm not
Rich.
even sure that he does. Cause does he? Does he?
I don't know because I don't think I've
Come
heard
make
her
it
brag about it.
ever.
I don't think I heard her brag about it. And as and as a woman, when you get good, when you get that good, it does something to you. Like yo, things change within you when you really getting it like that. And she doesn't give that.
Nope.
She doesn't give that. Her sperm donor decision, as it pertains to Dominique,
Or overall, all of it, all of her
overall,
decisions in this journey.
I am happy with her decision in Sabrina choosing herself and to go along with it despite what Rich thought about it, making the decision for herself because she knew what she wanted. So with that, I'm gonna give her a 10 because Sabrina is very indecisive when it comes to standing up for herself, and that's the one area in which I would give her credit for that she actually did what she wanted to do and allowed Damani to allow his sperm to fertilize her eggs. So for that, yes,
I
I,
think I would
I'm
give
happy
her an
she did
eight.
it.
I respect that 10, but I think I would give her an
Mm-hmm.
eight because I feel like there were certain decisions that could have been made along the way that she didn't make, and she leaned more into her passive bag, even though she wanted to speak up for herself. Like, girl, there was opportunities for you to advocate for yourself without even having to say a word. When Rich busted in and he said, "Not without my sperm," you could have been like, "All right, bet both. I'll have some with
That's
no
true.
fertilization. I'll have some with your fertilization. I'll have some with his.
That's
That's
true.
it.
She definitely could have done that.
Period." Um, and then the decisions along the way to placate to Rich, I think, took away from her overall decisions on this journey because at the end of the day, it was all about her. And I get that you have to, go through some things to, I guess, realize your worth or realize how important you are in the matters of your life. That's a very real thing. It's a journey that happens often. However, it detracted for me on her story, her journey, because ultimately she had led with that. She was making this decision for her. So what about this man convinced you that he was supposed to be this big ass factor that you needed to consider? Because I ain't seen it
That's the
yet.
fact.
A briefcase being bought and penis being laid, baby, please. No.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I agree. Her friendship
Yeah, of
dynamics.
course.
I
So I'll text you and
want to
tell
give
you
her
that
a
this morning.
5, but I think I want to drop it too because I am so sick and tired of Sabrina running to Danny's aid. I do want to see it
Ooh.
reciprocated. I want to see it
Ooh.
reciprocated. She gives so much of herself, and honestly, Sabrina is the Karen to Andy. She's that to Danny.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they both get the short end of the stick when it comes to their friendship dynamics with Andy and Danny. But I happen to enjoy the moments with Karen and Sabrina.
Yeah.
They are very few far in between, but their intimate moments together, I truly do enjoy them. But I think I'm gonna give it a 5.
I
I
can
think I'm
get
gonna
with
give it
that.
a 5.
I would probably give it a 6 just because of Maurice. Um, and then even her getting to a better place with Paige before the end of the season.
Hmm.
I'll give it a little bit more than half because there's
I
still
forgot about
so
that.
much more work to be done. And ultimately, Sabrina shows up within her friendships the same way that she's shown up within romance, and it's like, girl, you are that girl. You need to believe yourself to be that girl. And friends, with family, with lovers, you need it. There's some people who need not. Andy, calm down. But you need that because the way that you put yourself so behind any and everyone that you claim to love, out of love, where's the love for yourself? Where's it
Yeah,
at, girl?
I agree with that.
So what we grading her for this season?
I'm
Because
gonna
we
give
was
Sabrina a C. A C.
ain't no else at a C as well.
Oh yeah, she gets a C from me.
I'll probably give her like maybe a C plus.
Okay. Okay.
It could have easily been a B had you not leveraged in that damn house and you gave Calvin a piece of your mind. But a loss.
And it could have been a B if you ain't paid for everybody's smoothies and
Hello.
bought him his stuff. Girl.
Hello.
Whew.
Ciao. All right, Andrea Barnes.
Jesus Christ.
We talking
Personal
about
personal
her
ethics.
yeah, her
I
professional
can't
ethics
get
and
even
competence.
past yeah, professional. I can't even get past professional ethics.
That's what we
One.
rating y'all. We rating her professional ethics and competence. We rating the discussion of her relationship with Robin and her legal practices.
Yeah. So professional ethics and competence one. I'm not gonna lie to you, Erica, and I'm gonna make them quick. When I watched this season of Sisters, I said, you know what? I really wish that they would have given Andy a different profession.
I feel that. I feel that.
I really do. I her being a lawyer, absolutely not. Her relationship with Robin, one, because how dare you? And I talked about the audacity of Andy to Robin earlier. Just at that whole thing, the way she has used this man to her professional gain, knowing how he feels about her, she, you know, really was on the fact that he was trying to ruin her professionally. And then we get a 4 week jump, and now you go missing. Like you playing with this man. You playing with this man. Mm-mm. Um, what we got?
In her legal
Her
practices.
legal girl. What practice? What she?
What legal
What practice?
practices?
She ain't got none. One. My overall grade of Andy, Elf. Andy gets Elf this season. I'm sorry.
Ah,
She gets Elf for me.
I would probably okay, so like professional ethics and competence, I would probably give her like a 4. Because we did see her going to bat for Jordan, right? Or like Jordan calling her in and then her calling in the favors, and she's, well, I can't because I'm
Okay.
implicated as well. So you know a little something, something, even though you halfway use it most of the time. When it comes to the relationship with Robin, I would give it a 5. Like she's 100% using him, but I always felt like there was at least intrigue there. Maybe not her being in love with him, and maybe him not being in love with her, but I felt like Robin was always something because he was so different than what she had been experiencing. And then for legal practices, what legal practice do you speak of? Are the legal practices in the room with us? So I would give Andy this season a D. She right there with
Oh,
Fatima
what?
for me, a D.
Oh, D. Okay. Okay. I can see that. I forgot about her, and maybe I'll change the legal what was it, the legal practices. I may give her I'll probably give her a 4.5 because Andy did go to bat for Jordan with Penelope, and she really did try, and I forgot about that. She really did, and child, I think I dropped it when she allowed that person to slap her, but it ain't got nothing to do with her
Hello.
professional life. They ain't got nothing to do with that. But I give her a 5. I give her a 5 for that because she really did. She tried.
All
She
right,
she
your
did.
favorite
She
person,
did.
Zachary Taylor.
Little
We
child.
talking about Zach's
Jesus.
contributions to
Okay.
storylines this season, his dynamic with Fatima, and his invisible parenting role.
Okay. His contribution to the season storyline 1. If you had 0 up there, I would give him a 0. But I'm gonna give him a 1. Basically because we all know Zach literally did nothing this season. Absolutely nothing.
Not a damn thing.
His dynamic with Fatima, you know, they starting to feel like just roommates to me.
Mmm.
They feel like roommates at this point. Their
Since when
dynamic
you and Andy
one,
got beef?
it's the
How
one
come I
I
didn't know?
don't get the
We are not beefing.
I don't know. I never really
Although I
got the
had to teach you
lovey
some
dovey
moves
stuff. Like
just
I
in case
get it in the
Penelope tries to.
beginning, maybe, but to me they just like roommates. I don't get the hype anymore. Evaluate his invisible parental parent his parenting role, baby. I get they got to be a 1 because it's non-existent. And something that you said in the beginning, he doesn't even mention Michael. Other than the Nuggets, there has been no more mention of this child. He don't talk about him. He doesn't think about him. Michael does not play a role in Zach's decision making. You have sole custody of this child, and nothing about him changes or alters how you live your life. You get a 1. You get a 1, sir. My overall grade for Zach is a big old F.
Me too. If Zach was removed from this season, it would have changed nothing. So he gets an F.
Facts.
Ooh,
Facts.
last but certainly not least, in the main character department, and it don't even matter that y'all didn't give him main character minutes because he's always going to be a main character right here on our Sisters Keeper. Yeah,
Yes, he will. Yes,
Mr.
he will.
Aaron. We are talking about Aaron's
Yeah.
relationship with Karen, how he's been handling challenges, and his character development.
His relationship with Karen, I'm gonna give my dude a 10. And one of the main reasons why I'm giving him a 10 is because I love that he wasn't so anxious to just jump back into the thing with her. He wanted to know, hey, are you doing this because of Zach? What's the reason this is happening? I love the fact that he questioned her, and even saying like, if I say this to you, will you get upset? No. Okay, I'm gonna say such and such, or do you understand why I'm asking you this? Yes. So I love that he made like, you're not gonna get upset. No. All right, now do you understand why I'm presenting this to you? Like,
Yep.
I like that he did that. So he gets a 10 for me, the way he's been handling Karen, the way that he has been attentive to her. I wish we would have seen more, but for what we got, that's what we graded off on. He definitely gets a 10 from me. The way that he handles challenges, I'm gonna give him a 10. I'm gonna give him a 10 because what he did in this season, we had to deal with Zach. He had to deal with Zach. And even the fact that Zach continues to bring up Fawn, even in this season,
Every turn, at every
every
opportunity,
time
even when it's not an opportunity, he gonna say the lady name.
he gonna say it. And the fact, and I love how Aaron handled it. He finally told Zach the truth about the situation. Like, this is what it was. So he handled himself very well. Even in the hospital, people wanted to give him flack about the way he stepped to Zach. I didn't even mind that because,
At
hey,
all.
she pregnant with my child too, and you the one that's stressing her, or I feel you stressing her. I'm a step to you. I did appreciate that. Now, maybe I may deducted a point from the salon when he was like, baby daddy number one,
Oh
baby daddy,
yeah.
gotta let baby daddy know. So I'm gonna give you a 9, Aaron. They trying to make you something that you ain't, bro. It wasn't you as the writers, but I'm
Hello.
gonna deduct the point. I'm gonna deduct the point for that. I'm gonna deduct that. I'm gonna give you a 9. Um, and evaluate his character development. I loved how, because in the beginning, Aaron definitely tried to be such a present in Karen's life, but after season, what was it, 6,
6.
when she was like she wanted to be single, she didn't want to deal with him no more. He left her the hell alone.
Yep.
And we didn't really see him again until he, found out he was one of the twins' father, and then he made his presence known again. And I love the way that he remained in that place. Yes, I love you. I have feelings for you, but I'm not overstepping. And I love the way that he did that. So for me, overall, Aaron gets an A this season.
Yeah, I'm giving tens across the damn board because he also did it like in Karen with little to no damn time. And I'm gonna go ahead and skip over your whole baby daddy number 2 because Zach has been taking digs at you since you had met this man. This you get to eat that little wine. That's fine. That's fine. Aaron 100% gets an A plus from me. He is quite literally the prototype of what you could hope for in a dream man personified on this damn show, and they ain't giving him the respect that he damn sure deserved, but we gonna give it to him here. Okay.
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Now,
are.
we do have little side characters for like some rapid fire grades. We're not gonna go necessarily into specifics of uh themes or plots for them this season, but I'm gonna say the character and you just gonna say the grade. Okay,
Okay.
Ed?
It's gonna be funny.
Calvin.
F.
I'm gonna give him a D. He ain't have to
Okay.
pop back up. He get a D for showing up.
I gave him an F4 showing up.
Hudson.
Yeah. F.
Really?
I'm okay. Okay. I'm gonna do performance. Um, I'm gonna give Hudson a 6.
You gotta give a letter.
Oh, we gonna let us. Okay, I'm okay. We're not doing 1 through 10. Okay, I'm gonna give Hudson a high C.
Okay, I was gonna give him a D at least. So I'll give him a C
Okay.
minus. Because he
Okay,
showed
got
up
it,
and
got
he
it.
did some things. He has the problem that Tyler has with his movies. He can't stick the landing. It shits the bed all at the end. We got all this mystery and intrigue and underling and is he for Gary? Is he not? Only to find out it's Jasmine at the end. All right, y'all just shit the bed at the very end. But overall, he was doing what needed to be done moving throughout the show.
He was. He
Tony,
was. I'm gonna give Tony a B minus.
really nice. Okay, I was gonna give him a C,
Yeah, I'm
but
giving
that's
him a
probably
B
because he
minus.
pissed me off. He probably deserves a B. I just want him to stand up. Gave that hoochie a
I
ring.
know. I know. I know.
Miss Lisa, Lisa, because I'm supposed to stop calling her Miss Lisa.
D.
D
She
because
gets a
we
D
done
from
with
me.
you. D because we
I'm
done
done.
with you, Lisa.
Mm-hmm. She gets a D.
Maurice.
I'll give Maurice a B this season.
I would actually give him an A, so I feel that tracks.
Yeah, I'm giving him a B
I
this
enjoyed
season.
Maurice this season. It was
Yeah,
balanced. We could have got more, but it was
it was.
balanced.
It was.
Gary, Marshall Borders.
Believe it or not, I'm giving him an A.
Yeah. Okay.
Giving him A.
From the material that he
Yeah,
was given.
yeah.
Well, actually, Ellie, I fear my ego won't let me give Gary an A, so I'm gonna give him a B plus.
Okay.
She ain't on the list, but let's throw it in there. Pam.
Mm. Pam, I'm gonna give Pam a C.
Yeah, they could have did more with the character. For
Yeah.
this to be her first
They
season as
did. They could
series
have.
regular,
It
they could have did
was. It
more.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all. You want to do best and worst, or do you
Best of worst. Yeah, we can do best of worst.
best moment from season 8?
I'm gonna say my favorite. It got to be when Jasmine appeared.
Really?
Looking as good as she wants. Because I'm thinking about everything that happened, like
Uh-huh.
that I really showed emotion on. That's what I'm basing it on, and it was that moment because I was so happy to see this woman. Um, it was that, but I mean, because I think it's unfair, but of course, Aaron and Karen rekindling
Girl, cause
their
listen
relationship.
here. This is my best moment
Yeah,
right here, y'all. The whole damn season amounted to this for me. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. You better get yours,
oh
Karen.
man,
You better get yours, Miss
yeah,
Girl.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
definitely
You
the
know it
best
was
moment
gonna
for
be
me.
that. Yeah, you know it was gonna be that, but it was like I would say under Karen and Aaron, it would definitely be
Jasmine showing up.
Jasmine. Yeah,
And she
yeah.
looking how she was looking.
She was
Ooh.
looking absolutely beautiful.
Worst moment of this season.
The worst moment of this season. Oh, I want to say when it was revealed that Hudson knew Gary since high school, but I think the combination of Zac and Fatima scenes, like it was just worse. It was just worse for
Yeah.
me. But the Hudson situation was just no.
I think Batgirl for me.
Okay,
Batgirl showed a very low.
it was low.
For a woman who wants to be a lawyer, wants to be taken seriously, hopes to actually litigate at this particular firm,
Yeah,
you gonna pull out a Louisville Slugger?
yeah, she did that.
Girl, go to
She
hell.
did.
Okay. Most improved character this season.
Most improved character this season. Ooh, most improved. Do you have somebody for that? It was like who got improved?
Front of mind for me would be Sabrina, but it's probably
Okay,
just because we got more of her actually having storyline and her talking. Regardless of what she was saying, she was talking. Yeah,
okay.
I would probably pick
I can see
Sabrina.
that. I rock with that. I rock with that. Cause I'm like, that was a hard one for me.
Which character regressed the most? Oh, A. Noel says Hayden is the most improved. Hmm.
Oh, I have to sit with that one.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit with that one, but I like it though. I like it. Um, the most in no, who regrets the most.
Yeah.
Who regrets the most? I who regrets the most? I want to say Fatima.
Mm.
I want to say Fatima because I'm trying to think about it based on their actions because some people just do what they normally do. But I think like, as far as going backwards for me, I would say Fatima. Mainly because you're fighting and you're like is what well I can well okay I'm not thinking about Zatima. Okay, I'm not thinking about Zatima. Um, I'm gonna just say her right now. I don't know if that's my final answer. I'm gonna just throw her out there.
I'm gonna say
Who are
Danny.
you thinking about? Danny. Okay, I was thinking about Danny too.
And it's honestly because we got to see her make great leaps forward, only to me at the end of the season she arrived at a place past where she was before, like behind where she started. At least when we first met her, she had a little bit of self esteem to her. She was still running behind Tyrone, but she thought of herself as deserving more, and she spoke to something in the beginning where it gave us the idea of potential, and now she has resolved herself to this: I'm never gonna be better, I'm never gonna have anything more, I got $75,000, I'm rich bitch energy. Girl,
Mm-hmm.
this is the worst that you have ever been. I feel like you're in a very horrible place and you're not set up for a good thing in season 9. God bless you.
That's true. I feel you on that now. I feel you on that. Um,
um
m- Most disappointing storyline. Most disappointing storyline.
See, that question is kind of hard because, or that statement is kind of hard because disappointment means that you kind of had expectations or you had hopes.
That's what. Yeah. That's what I was thinking
I
about
want to
too.
say Zac and
Like,
Fatima's Inspector Gadget storyline, but I had no hopes for it. I didn't want to see it at all, so I can't even say that. I think Andy's managing partner storyline was the most disappointing for me.
yeah, I rock with that. I was stuck between Andy and Danny's um situation at work, leading to this $75,000 payout.
Mm,
Like though, because and I think there was a tie for me because I just felt like they represented I don't deserve, but I'm gonna get it anyway.
yeah.
I don't really have to do the work, and I'm gonna get it anyway. Like I think they both kind of was sliding along, that slope this season. Um, yeah, yeah.
Okay, y'all. As we get ready to wrap up, we are
Oh,
going to wait.
somebody asked us about Robin.
What about him?
What would we rate him?
Mm, C plus. And well, maybe a
I'm looking
B
with you.
because he was underutilized by the writers.
He was.
My first thought was C plus though.
I'm gonna give him a C. I just didn't like the fact that he was so thirsty over Andy.
Right. Without
Like
no
I'm
real
gonna give
why, without no real like
him.
inciting
Mm-hmm.
incident to like
Mm-hmm.
give us something. Give us something. A Noel says most disappointing is Danny being rewarded for poor behavior, just like Zach. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Shy Girl said Jordan and Penelope nonsense.
Oh,
Yeah.
child, I totally forgot about
Yeah,
their
that was. I
asses.
forgot about that too. I forgot about them. So I read it.
Jordan's 40 days and 40 nights in prison, which is really just the county jail that Penelope left him at. He's down there running holes in the damn floor to get Penelope out. And she left that man in there for 4 weeks only to hop on Rich's bald headed ass penis that same
Yes.
night while he's in the car.
Yes.
But this is
Oh,
your
that was.
sister. This is your incestuous ass sister. Y'all, as
Yes.
we get more, like probably like a few weeks. What the hell is that? a few weeks prior to the premiere of season 9, we will definitely do a dedicated episode doing predictions and talking about things, unpacking the trailer. But what are some implications that you feel like are very clear for season 9, just exiting what we know in exiting season 8, Allie?
Unfortunately, I do not want to see them on our screen, but I believe we are going to see them. I think Penelope is going to be pregnant,
Mm.
and we got to deal with that. I believe um Karen's birth story,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't trust these writers. I hope this don't happen, but I think they're gonna do our dog a little dirty.
Of course.
Um,
The postpartum gonna
yeah,
rip her to shreds.
that's what. Ooh, baby, you are in my head. That postpartum situation with Karen is gonna be something. Um, so we dealing with that. With Sabrina, this is what I think is gonna happen leading into it, because she was hurt from seeing Rich. I think the next time we see her might be at Damani's house.
Mm.
Uh, Danny, I don't know about that one, because we're left with the thing of, is Tony gonna go to Alaska? So I'm not really sure about that. Robin, we know he probably gonna be the one to find Andy, or he gonna come to her rescue yet again, and she probably gonna give it up. You know. So I wouldn't be shocked if that happens. Um, those are things I'm sure of.
Mm.
Those are things I feel like I'm sure of.
I think Danny doesn't do long distance relationship. Tony is going to Alaska, and she's ending the engagement, and he gonna try to fight for it because whatever reason.
Yeah, because he did say, "I'll spend the rest of my life fighting, showing you." Shut up. I'm like a darn
Shut
slave.
your ass.
So he might. Yeah, I can see that.
We're gonna see Jordan since we're gonna be seeing his sister.
Yeah, unfortunately,
But then, what else is there for Jordan to do if he's releasing Andy? What are you there to do?
they got to bring some woman. They got to bring somebody for him. So maybe we're gonna get introduced to another character. Lord Jesus.
I
We're gonna
hope
be
not.
introduced to somebody else. I hope
Not
not
on the
either. But I
not
just
on the
feel like,
crux of Jordan. Jordan's ass, Jordan failed politician, former athlete ass, sir. Just goodbye.
because he got to do so, because he got too many L's. You're no longer running. You're a retired football player. You're no longer with Andy. So my whole thing, what are they gonna have him do?
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna have to, I believe they're gonna bring a woman in or somebody in. And the way these messy people are, hell, he might be messing with rich ex-wife for all we know.
Well,
Oh,
he needs to start
you
the
had sex
season
with my
off beating
sister.
Rich's ass. That's what he needs to start the
He
season off doing.
but he too drunk though. That's the bad thing.
Well,
He
hopefully
passed
we get
out
a
in the car.
time. We hopefully we get a time jump so that we get a pregnancy test from
Now, I ain't gonna
Penelope.
lie to you. I hope we get a time jump. That
We
is my
need
hope.
one.
When we enter season 9, there's a time jump.
It
Yeah.
need to be at least 2 months. Y'all can do
Yes.
flashbacks on the Karen pregnancy
Hmm.
delivery. Y'all can do flashbacks on that. But if y'all gonna tell me that Penelope is pregnant, it cannot be next week. That's not how
No.
pregnancies work, baby. It cannot work.
No.
It does not work like that.
Hmm.
I agree with a lot of what you said,
Yeah.
Ellie.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Next week's Our
Yeah.
Sisters Keeper, we is gonna be deep diving into the conversation around the men folk. The men of sisters. And like we said earlier at the top of this live, we have so many really, really dope conversations planned out. Very interesting topics to dive into, sparked by Tyler Perry Sisters. So we hope that y'all will continue to join us every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time when Erica's on top of it, 9 p.m. Eastern. For new episodes of Our Sisters Keeper, and we're working on getting this updated onto Spotify as well so that you guys can listen for it to be as a podcast how it was meant to be. I got you. That's coming.
Absolutely.
Allie, thank you again for another dope ass conversation and being a phenomenal
Yeah.
co-host.
Absolutely.
And thank everybody for joining. Tam B, Shy Girls J23, uh, Raja, Tanya, A Noel, Sade, our lovely moderator Vaughn, if she's still here, Valerie, Shell, so many dope people. Freckle Purple, thank y'all. Sade, thank y'all. And we gonna see you in the next one.
Yes, we will.